First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At fsbcares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. fsbcares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood because strong neighbors mean stronger communities. Where good neighbors do great things. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Everyone has something that motivates them to do better. And for me, that's my daughter Shelby. I named Shelby Construction Services after her as a reminder to always run the company in a way that would make her proud. Our goal isn't just to get the job done, but to get it done right. And that means making sure every customer has a 5-star experience. I think how a company treats you is just as important as the finished product. My daughter wouldn't have it any other way.
Call 833-6-SHELBY. That's 833-6-SHELBY.
Time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, perseverance.
And we do.
We're fighting cancer with proton therapy.
And music therapy.
We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's and outsmarting blood clots in seconds.
Instead of days.
Because this is her time. His time, your time. And it's time to show we can. Corewell Health.
Andy Appleby. I'm the owner and CEO of the USPBL. We're a 4-team league. We play at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan. Tryon has a wealth of resources that we can tap into when unique HR issues arise, even including visa and immigration issues related to our players. Tryon has helped us to get our baseball season up and running every year and has made a difficult task much easier.
That's why we rely on Tryon.
You can always rely on Tryon.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood and discover the funner you hidden within you. The you that doesn't think about adult things and stuff. Ashley, I don't want to hear anything about your car registration when we're at Dave & Buster's.
Okay.
The you want to be. Let the Dave & Buster's method illuminate you. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
You know, they say, losing hope, that's the real disaster. Last year, Tropical Storm Fred sent a devastating wall of water and debris down this river. And when the waters receded, Belfor was here. Not just to rebuild, but to help restore the life of this community. Belfor, restoring more than property.
Andy Appleby. I'm the owner and CEO of the USPBL. We're a 4-team league. We play at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan. Tryon has a wealth of resources that we can tap into when unique HR issues arise, even including visa and immigration issues related to our players. Tryon has helped us to get our baseball season up and running every year and has made a difficult task much easier.
That's why we rely on Tryon.
You can always rely on try on.
Fifth Third Bank. Yeah, it's a quirky name. But here's the thing. 5/3 equals 166.7%. So we put 166.7% into everything we do. Like automatically getting you your paycheck up to 2 days early. Giving you well-deserved extra time to avoid overdraft fees. And helping you borrow from your future self. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Jimmy John's Field on a gorgeous Saturday night here in downtown Utica, Michigan. It's the final game of the regular season, and tonight we will see who will win the 2024 USPBL pennant and punch their ticket to next Saturday night's championship game. It's the 24-19 Westside Woolly Mammoths and the 24-20 Utica Unicorns competing for that chance here tonight on Military Appreciation Night, presented by Belfor Property Restoration, right here on the USPBL Network. Alongside Tom Cavanaugh, I'm Alex Johnson. Thank you for spending your Saturday night with us as we get ready for another exciting matchup. But first, let's take a moment to recognize all of our sponsors who made this broadcast possible. Belfor Property Restoration, Budweiser, Corewell Health, Dave & Buster's, DTE Energy, Fifth Third Bank, Jarbcom Audio and Video Solutions, Jimmy John's, Macomb Community College, McLaren Macomb, McQuaid Heating and Cooling, Plumbing and Refrigeration, Metro Detroit Chevy Dealers, Pepsi, and United Wholesale Mortgage. Again, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors who made this broadcast possible right here on the USPBL Network. Tom, we have a great game on our hands here tonight. And the message for both teams, plain and simple. One goal in mind, win tonight, you're in the championship game next Saturday night.
Yes, sir. You have one less game to play on Saturday, or on Friday night, I should say, which would be the semifinal game. But for both of these teams, yeah, you want to get a win, but you can't complain in the spot that you're in for either one of these squads, because if you lose, yeah, you play that extra game, but being one of the top two seeds, pretty darn good. We already know that the Hoppers and Beavers are locked up for that Thursday bout for the quarterfinal, and it just depends on who's able to come up with a big win today. It's going to be Miguel Alba going for the Mammoths, and Logan Lee for the Unicorns. Should be a great matchup.
Yeah, absolutely here, Tom. As we take a look at the standings right now, Westside having a half-game lead over the Unicorns at the moment, but the Unicorns can jump over them and get first place with a win here tonight. The Mammoths trying to go back-to-back, winning in the regular season last season and making it to the championship game before the Unicorns took the championship from them in last year's championship game. But we'll see what Westside does here tonight, trying to go back-to-back, winning the pennants and getting their second consecutive trip to the championship game. You mentioned our pitcher comparison here tonight. It's going to be Miguel Alba for the Mammoths and Logan Lee for the Utica Unicorns. Alba has had some limited time. He's only played in a couple games so far in the USPBL, but looking to get his team into the championship game. And Logan Lee has been solid throughout the course of the season for the Unicorns. So we'll take a look at both of these guys' numbers and trying to step up in that huge moment here tonight.
Yeah, Miguel Alba, he is the newest member of the USPBL for any team. He's making his first career start in the USPBL. This will be his third total appearance. Just 2.2 innings, and he had one good outing and one tough outing where he did walk 4, as you see his strikeout to walk ratio. So he's been up and down between his two, looking to have a better one today. And that ERA a little bit skewed just because he's only thrown 2 2/3 innings. But Logan Lee's been dominant all season long and a key piece of this Unicorn squad. 30 innings pitched. He's got a 3 3-0 record and 32 strikeouts compared to 15 walks, doubling up his walk-to-strikeout rate. But when you put Logan on the mound, that 3-0 record, you're expecting to get a W.
Yeah, he has been really strong throughout the course of the season. Miguel Alba, in his first start, looking to turn the tide here for himself, get himself in the win column for the first time this season and get the Mammoths back to the championship game. Should be a lot of fun here tonight here at the ballpark on this final day of the regular season, coming down to the end of who is going to take that #1 seed here tonight. So take a look at our starting lineups for both teams here tonight. You know, a lot at stake here, as you can see down below. Winner clinches the 1 seed and the championship game appearance. Let's take a look at the Mammoth starting lineup first. That's presented by head coach Taylor Jellikowski. Got Anthony Sharkus leading off in left field. They'll be followed by Francis Florentino, the DH. Fox Liam over at first base, bats third. In the cleanup spot, Colby Seltzer over at shortstop. Nick Pastor bats fifth in center field. They'll be followed by Jake Walker, batting sixth. We've seen him in the leadoff spot over the last few games, and he's over at second base here tonight, batting sixth. Zach Beadle is behind the dish, batting seventh. Dre Williams Nelson is over at the hot corner tonight, batting eighth, and rounding out the lineup is the right fielder, Jose Cedeno. And for the Utica Unicorns, led by head coach Jim Essien, leading off will be the second baseman, Andre Demontrol. Then it'll be followed by the shortstop, Patrick Baggett. Then batting third, the center fielder, Marcus Titi Ali'i, who has been really strong as of late. They'll be followed by the cleanup man over at third base, Austin Ochoa. Then batting fifth will be the DH, Cody Hanna. Then Jared Weber will bat sixth over at first base. Then rounding out the lineup for the Unicorns will be the left fielder, Kyle Schmack, the right fielder, Ryan Enos, and behind the plate, Ethan Kreisen once again for the Utica Unicorns. Unicorns picked up a huge win on Thursday to get to this point, trying to take the regular season championship and get back to the championship game like they did a year ago, winning it all.
And they climbed back from the 4 seed. That's not going to be their case today, this year. Either going to be the 2 or the 1 seed. Talking with head coach Taylor Jellikowski before the game, he's hoping for a nice day out of his starter Miguel Alba, but will dip into that bullpen. But he told me none of it matters if they don't hit the ball. This is the best offensive team in the entire league in Westside, and if they're able to club up with some big swings from the middle of their order and the bottom guys, Beadle, Williams, Nelson, Cedeno, it's got to be a top-to-bottom 1 through 9 production day for this Woolly Mammoth team against the Unicorns. But we know Utica loves playing close ball games, and they find ways to win. It was a 4-3 W over the Beavers earlier this week to keep them alive for a chance to have the first seed heading into next week's playoffs.
Let's get ready for the national anthem. We're going to step aside for a moment. We will be back for first pitch right here on the USPBL Network.
The USPBL powered by UWM baseball games at Jimmy John's Field are the fun and family-friendly experience you won't want to miss. Entertainment every week, including Thirsty Thursdays, fireworks every Friday, live music Saturdays, and Sunday fun days for the kids. Kids run the bases after every game, and parking is always free. Come see the stars of the future at Jimmy John's Field. Get your tickets today at USPBL.com.
What are the odds that we're neighbors, where you've known each other our whole lives, and both tear the exact same things in this exact same knee?
So an ACL tear is an injury to the main stabilizing structure of the knee.
You want a good team around you, because then you know that what you're doing is going to help you in the long run.
My message to everyone who's helped me, thank you so much, because You guys helped me progress so much.
Also hearing it from a friend that's went through the exact same thing, I think sort of helps that know that there's a bright side at the end.
I'm Anthony Tomey, CEO of Tomey Group, and we're one of the largest Jimmy John franchisees in the country. With 50 Jimmy Johns and over 700 employees, it's a challenge to manage operations. What could possibly go wrong with owning 50 Jimmy Johns? People don't show up, equipment fail, run out of bread, no tomatoes, we need onions. Many different things can happen. Tryon allows us to really focus on the food and the operations of the restaurant.
And that's why we rely on Tryon.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Make your move with a quick and easy mortgage from Genesis Credit Union. We have mortgages to fit your life. Genesis Credit Union. Visit us today.
Fifth Third Extra Time helps you do you better. So kick back and relax. You have extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Fifth Third Extra Time. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
Welcome back, everyone, to Jimmy John's Field. Get ready for the final game of the regular season between the Utica Unicorns and the Westside Woolly Mammoths, with first place on the line. I'm Alex Johnson alongside Tom Cavanaugh here with you on the call here this evening. It's going to be Logan Lee on the bump for the Utica Unicorns, making his 7th start on the season. He has been phenomenal for the Unicorns pitching staff this season. Numbers speak for itself. 3-0 record, 30 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts, and 15 walks, as he looks to shut down this Mammoths team and take home first place here tonight.
The dominant righty staying loose out there on the bump right now. And Alex, it has a playoff atmosphere tonight. I tell you, we talked about it yesterday. It's almost like a 4th playoff game before we get into next week, because the winner of this will take first place and they'll have to play one less game into the playoffs, and it's just a bid to the championship. And if you win tonight, you got 9 innings on Saturday to win this whole thing.
Yeah, it's going to be really electric here tonight. Fans are piling in. It's going to be a lot of fun here tonight as the Unicorns, team that won it all last year, looking to make it back once again this season. This time looking to be in that first place spot. Well, we'll see what happens here tonight. We'll take a look at the defensive alignment for the Unicorns behind Logan Lee for you, presented by 3-Dimensional Services Group. As they took a look at the outfield, it's going to be Kyle Schmack in left, Marcus Titi Ali'i in center, Ryan Enos in right, and then we take a look at the infield. On the third base side, you got Austin Ochoa at third, Patrick Beckett at short, and on the right side of the infield, Andre Demetral at second, Jared Weber at first, and behind the dish for Logan Lee is Ethan Kreisen. About to get underway in just a few moments. Clear skies here at the ballpark. Couldn't have asked for better weather here to close out the regular season, and it's been fun all season long, but unfortunately it's winding down here. We've got the playoffs next week, but it should be fun over the last few days of the season.
Yes, sir. It's been a long, grueling year, not just for all the staff and everyone, but these players, especially the ones that play every single day. I'm very impressed with how healthy and positive a lot of these guys sounded pregame. They're just excited for playoff baseball that starts next week. And so are you and I, Alex. I can't wait.
It'll be a lot of fun. Game time temperature 79 degrees. Went to the northwest at 5 miles an hour. The flags are standing still for the most part. Humidity not as high as it was we saw last night. It's only at 57%. Mostly sunny skies here and no rain in the forecast at all.
Quite the jersey matchup we got here today. Utica honoring the Military Appreciation Night with the very crispy camo sleeves and the Desert Storm front and back of the jerseys with the black unicorns across the front, and then the Mammoths in their orange polka dot with the blue and the white in there as well. It looks great. It's probably the best jersey matchup we've had all year long.
Yeah, it's been really exciting to watch, and as we're just waiting for the military vehicles who are on the field before the game to get wheeled off.
Yeah, what an experience for everybody that's, I guess, not in the military, being able to see what's used on a daily basis and all the cool vehicles and everything, and kind of being able to show off what makes our country great in the aspect of our United States Army and all the armed forces.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to thank everyone who has served our country and thank them for their service and continuing to fight for the freedoms that we enjoy every single day.
Those are coming around all the way into the left field line, so we'll get to ad-lib for a few more minutes, but I'm really excited to see Logan Lee start here. He's a guy that dominates the mound, and he'll go for about 4 or 5 innings, but if you're Utica, you got to stick, or sorry, if you're Westside, you got to stick to the plan of making Lee throw a ton of pitches. If Logan gets into the 70s, the 80s on his pitch count near the 4th or 5th inning, we could see him out early, and it's going to be on Westside to put some barrels on the ball and apply the pressure early to Utica, because we know Utica, they've been better offensively of late. But if Westside comes out and scores 4 or 5 in the first couple of innings, it's going to be uphill sledding for the Unicorn team unless they do the same thing.
Yeah, the Unicorns have been really solid all season long. Their offense has gotten better. I talked with assistant head coach Pat Adams before the game. He's really liked what his team has grown a lot from the beginning of the year till now. The offense has improved from day one onwards, and got to give credit to the guys that they brought in and the guys that have led this team. You know, Jared Weber, also Choa, they might lead the offensive categories, but all the other guys who have come in, Marcus Titialii, Andre Demetral, Ethan Kreisen, and all the other guys have come through and played team baseball.
Kyle Schmack, Ryan Enos, a part of that crew as well. Those are your corner outfielders today, and they're a big piece.
It doesn't matter, like, all the stats, you know, if you go 0 for 3 or if you allow any runs in the ball game, if you're a pitcher, you got to play as a team. You got to back up everybody. And that's what's something that Coach Pat Adams told me, that this team has really done a really good job of playing as a unit and playing for each other.
Yeah, they have. Especially you go back to that Thursday game where they clinched a spot at the 1 or 2 seed against the Beavers. It was everybody contributing. Patrick Baggett stole second and then third base to force an overthrow into the outfield. He came around to score a run. Marcus Titialii with a 2-out base hit in the 7th inning. Ethan Kreisen came through with a nice swing as well. So it's everybody from top to bottom, 1 through 9, that affects this Unicorn team in a successful way.
Oh, just about to get ready for the final game of the 2024 USPBL regular season. They're about to get underway. Anthony Sharkus will lead things off here tonight. Logan Lee gets into his windup. We are about to begin. The first pitch is a strike at 90 miles an hour at 7:09 p.m. Sharkus hitting .288 on the season with 13 RBIs. The man from Madonna University swings on the second pitch of the ball game, right over to the right fielder, Ryan Enos, for out number 1.
That's a good start for Lee. Pound the zone, command the strike zone, and good things are going to happen. And this is a guy coming up to the dish that is just coming back last week from dealing with a couple of injuries, but still, Florentino is one of the best hitters, if not the best in the league.
Had a really good day on Tuesday. As you see, his average now at .286, has 7 home runs and 27 RBIs on the season for the man out of the Dominican Republic. Spent some time with the Minnesota Twins farm system after being signed with them last season. Now back over in the USPBL this year. Looking to pick up where he left off.
He's doing pro ball in a few organizations. Undrafted free agent to the Brewers back in 2016.
Rips one right into the left field line. Right between third and short is Francis Florentino.
It's a good start right there. Got a ball on the outside part of the plate, got the barrel to it and hooked it in that 5-6 hole. Let's take another look at that swing. Lee put a good spot on it. It was a breaking ball pitch right on the outside corner, and Florentino just wrapped it into the left.
Now brings up Fox Liam with 1 on and 1 out for the Mammoths.
It's good to see Westside get their first hit early in this ball game. If they want to win, it's got to be early and often at the plate.
Liam hitting .288 on the season, and a lot of these guys, have a lot of talent. The power is there. A bunch of guys like Francis Florentino, Fox Liam, Colby Seltzer, Drew Fleming not in the lineup tonight.
But in how big of a game this is, Fleming could have an opportunity to get a pinch hit late. Him and Dodson are the only two on the bench for Westside, and Baduras and Solomon for Utica.
It's going to come down to every single out here in this ball game. 1-1 offerings way outside on the off speed.
Yeah, down the stretch we saw a little more strategic play from managers and how they're playing their teams late in ball games depending on the score, strategy. And it's definitely elevated in this game because of how much it means.
It's going to be a lot more to these guys, trying to be mindful of the situation. We're getting near the end of the ball game as Fox Liam takes a look at that strike, perfectly set up at 79 miles an hour.
It's a good breaking pitch, right at the knees, starts at about the belt.
Lee gets a sign from Kreisen. Florentino over at first. Going to throw over to him. Able to stand up there, no problem.
Lee's going to utilize that slider, changeup, curveball, and sinker. And that sinker he throws about 10% of the time, and that's the least amount that he throws for all of his 5 pitches.
2-2 pitch from Lee. One goes over Kreisen, and Florentino stands up at second base.
Fastball just got away from Logan there. No chance for Kreisen to keep that in front as he had to leap out of his stance. And a chance for Fox Liam to do some damage and score the first run. Florentino runs extremely well down there at second base. We've seen his speed all year long and high IQ in scoring position as well.
Coming in with 5 steals on the season and 6 attempts. Mammoths looking to score early on here in this ball game. Payoff pitch coming from Lee, way outside with that fastball.
You mentioned those steal stats for Florentino. I tell you, Ethan Kreisen's not the guy I'd steal on. He had an absolute laser to catch Ben Wilcoxon back on Thursday. He's looking great behind the plate, and I'm not surprised he's back there tonight.
He's the everyday catcher.
By the way, that was the 35th walk of the season for Liam. That ties the amount of strikeouts he has on the year. If you're a guy that has the same amount of strikeouts to walks, that's very impressive. That means you see a lot of pitches and you're very disciplined at the plate.
Especially what Fox Liam has, all-around player. We mentioned about the power that he has with 6 homers, but he does himself to get on base and not try to force anything. Same thing with Colby Seltzer, hitting .320 on the season. He's hit 7 out of the park. That one goes way out of play. Look, that was going to go above the sweets.
I mentioned after the first batter of the game on the fly out to Sharkus, Logan Lee wants to command the zone and throw strikes. He's got to go at these hitters, but he has to do it strategically as well. If you leave anything over the plate to any hitter in this lineup, 1 through 9, they're going to make you pay. And so far, Logan's been pretty good at finding his spots, not putting anything right over the plate. It was Florentino down at second that did a nice job of getting a base hit on a breaking ball on the corner.
0-2 pitch up high. We're trying to get with that fastball at 91.
That sun starting to set also over the left field line, going to pose some issues for the right side of the infield / outfield.
Especially with the sunset being a little after 8 o'clock. 1-2 pitch. And just missed off the plate. Not by much.
It's a good call right there. Kreisen did all he could to try to wrap that back in the zone. And that's the type of pitch I like to see from Logan Lee. You're up in the count, and you throw a slider right on the outside part of the plate to a righty. Well executed, just did not get the call.
Looks over at second with Florentino. Goes back with that same slider. Misses outside, and he's run the count full again.
Dangerous Nick Pastor waiting on deck.
Got to be careful here if you're the Unicorns. Don't want to load the bases. Or give up a couple runs early on. They go back over to second. Very close. Again, not thrown away. Andre Demetral saves that one from being a disaster.
That nearly snuck into center. Almost hit Florentino as well as he was coming back to the base. Demetral did a nice job of saving it.
Payoff pitch coming. Popped up, but out of play again. Seltzer looking to come through.
It's a kid that fights in every at-bat. 30 walks, 37 strikeouts. Another guy that's pretty even with his strikeout-to-walk ratio. 25 RBIs, as you mentioned earlier, Alex. Just a crazy difference for Colby Seltzer from last year in the USPBL to this year. He was a 200 hitter, had about 12, 13 hits over the season and 80, 90 at-bats last year. That is not the case this season with 41 hits.
He has broke out this season. Improved a lot from the offseason last year into this season. Has really stepped up.
That's why he's hitting in that cleanup spot. He's got 2 men on to do it.
Logan Lee gets sets with the 3-2. Popped up again. And Seltzer continues to battle.
That's what good hitters do. They continue to foul off pitches until they get a good one. That was a fastball at 90 on the inside corner. Seltzer didn't quite get his barrel there to drive it into left, so all he had to do was get a piece, and luckily it was out of play.
This is going to be the 9th pitch of this at-bat. Utica looking for a double play ball. 3-2, and he fouls it off again to the screen.
I love myself a 10-pitch at-bat. Because you look at it from both sides. Logan Lee on 3-2 for the last 4 pitches has executed extremely well, putting everything in the zone, competing. And so has Seltzer, fouling off the good pitches that Logan's delivering.
First and second, 1 out for the Mammoths. Seltzer sends this one down into left, and that one is going to be gone. Colby Seltzer with a 3-run jack early on in this ball game.
Wow. He battled and battled, and the 10th pitch of the at-bat is gone. Number 8 on the season for Colby Seltzer. That was another pitch on the corner at 92 inside. He had a pitch like that before in the at-bat, fouled it off. This time, he gets the barrel to it and hits it into the stratosphere in left field. This was a high fly ball that had the distance.
That one just barely stayed fair.
Barely got over. Hit it about 318 feet. That wall in left is 315. What a swing. And you know these Mammoths came to play today.
Very impressive to watch. As Utica has put them down, is now in a 3-0 hole early on in this ball game. Nick Pastor out into right, but right to Ryan Enos for out number 2.
And Logan, that was not a bad pitch he threw to Seltzer either. It was just a great swing. I mean, 92 on the very inside corner. It would have been strike 3 if he took it. And all you can do is tip your cap there. And nice bounce back from Logan to get that line out to right from Pastor.
Well, take a look at that home run again by Seltzer in just a moment. As you take a look at it here, Tom, just flew that one down to left, snuck over the wall and stayed fair. As tracking that one down was Kyle Schmack.
Also 28 RBIs on the season now for Seltzer on his 8th homer.
He's been stellar here to watch as Jake Walker's at the dish.
I'm impressed with the power that we've seen this year compared to last year. Joe Burke, he led the league with 8 home runs. There's a couple guys now with 8. Piotrowski did it yesterday. Seltzer just did it here. And Marcoux got 9. So the amount of power that we're seeing from year to year in the USPBL, it's impressive.
It's improved a lot. Marcoux leading the way with 9 as Lee is in another full count.
Westside's making him throw a ton of pitches. They had a game plan early. They're doing a great job of it.
Payoff pitch coming, and Walker sends it out of play.
These Unicorns are going to fight, though. We know them as a team that can fall behind early, but finds a way to claw their way back.
And the inning will continue. Second free pass allowed by Logan Lee. And he's about to throw his 30th pitch to Zach Beadle coming up.
Yeah, he's exerting himself a ton in this first inning. Utica's got the best bullpen stat-wise in the USPBL, so if they need to dip into it earlier than they'd like, they'll be all right.
Swing and a miss on the fastball at 88 to Beadle. He made that point, Tom, of battling here early against Logan Lee, elevating his pitch count. And that's the game plan that the Mammoths have capitalized on, is the throw back over to first base, able to get there safely as Walker.
It's a good pick from Weber. That almost got by him. Let's see what Beadle can do here with 2 outs. 206 hitter with 14 knocks, 3 are doubles, 1 is a homer.
0-1. Walker thought about moving, go back over to first base, able to get there safely. Just barely being out the throw.
Sometimes you'll bluff the steal. It's either that, you're bluffing it, or Walker just did not get a great jump to start. And a good base runner knows if you don't get a great jump on your first step, just retreat to the bag. There's no reason you should get thrown out.
Nice breaking pitch by Lee to make it 1-2 on Zach Beadle.
Had him way out front with that pitch. And Lee's keeping that breaking ball low right now, which is going to be a positive for him. If he starts to leave it up, that's when Westside's going to do some damage. I still can't get over the pitch that Seltzer hit out of here.
Mariners looking to continue this party here. 1-2, going back over, and they got him picked off. The tag by Weber applied to Jake Walker, caught him sleeping. But that will end the inning, but not before a 3-run blast off the bat of Colby Seltzer. And Westside way up ahead early on in this ball game. We'll see how Utica responds in the home half of the first. We come back right here on the USPBL Network.
We're for people, the pioneers, the underdogs, the players, and the slow and steadies. We're for people, for who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, and some say our business is all about money, but that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it, because we're for people. Huntington, welcome.
Time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, perseverance.
And we do.
We're fighting cancer with proton therapy.
And music therapy.
We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's and outsmarting blood clots in seconds.
Instead of days.
Because this is her time. His time, your time. And it's time to show we can. Corewell Health.
Home half of the first, 3-0 lead for Westside over the Utica Unicorns. Let's take a look at the Woolly Mammoths defense presented by 3-Dimensional Services Group. It's going to be Anthony Sharkis in left, Nick Pastor at center, Jose Cedeno in right. And in the infield, Dre Williams-Nelson over at third, Colby Seltzer, who had that home run in the last half inning at short, Jake Walker at second, Fox Liam at first, and behind the dish for Miguel Alba is Zach Beadle. As we take a look at Alba's numbers here, so far on the season, has had limited action. We'll mention the newest comer to the USPBL, made his first appearance last Friday against the Beavers, but has much improved since then. He was only pitched in 2 2/3 innings. He's only thrown 1 strikeout so far, but looking to come through here for Westside here today in the game that matters most.
As we mentioned pregame, it's been one really good outing, one not so good outing for Miguel Alba so far in his time through 2 2/3 innings. The man out of FIU. He's from Weston, Florida. He went to Florida International University and Lee University, which is in Cleveland, Tennessee. And he also spent a little bit of time in the Frontier League, another independent ball earlier this season. It's a team in Quebec. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of the team, but he only had 8 innings of work, 7 hits allowed, 8 earned runs, so he was giving up a run an inning earned over in the other Frontier League.
His offense backed him up. 3-run advantage early on. Colby Seltzer came up huge in that 10-pitch at bat.
There's nothing better as a starting pitcher having a cushion before you even toe the slab to start your night.
But this Unicorn team is going to grind their way through all 27 outs. And Andre Demetral is going to look to lead that charge as he steps into the batter's box. And the first pitch from Alba is a strike at 88 that clips the inside part of the plate. Demetral hitting .236 on the season. Been impressive over at second base.
Also to note, Dre Williams-Nelson making his season debut over at third base. He's been the everyday second baseman. It's been him and Jake Walker all year over there at 2. And today it's Dre down at third base.
1-1 from Alba. And we've seen how versatile Williams-Nelson has been, primarily over at second, but he's played in right field a couple of times, now starting over at third base here today.
Yeah, he's seen the ball off the bat from all angles of this ballpark, so no surprise that they took their best guy with all the tools and put him at third.
One misses low, off speed for ball 3. Exactly what you want to have here, and having a guy that can play multiple positions. Alba steps him with a 3-1, throws a fastball right inside. 3-2 on Demetral.
It's a good battle from Miguel on the mound. It's going to be a day where he's going to throw a pretty good amount of pitches because of how well Utica battles in counts.
Check swing, he went around. Strike 3. Alba sits down Demetral.
He started that fastball at 90, and it rose in on the hands of Demetral. Beetle was set up there, and Demetral pulled the trigger as it rode in near the hands.
Now here comes the switch hitting Patrick Baggett. The leader on this team, hitting .222 on the season. As he swings and misses that one in the dirt. 14 runs driven in for Baggett. And it spent his college ball days over at Reinhardt University in Georgia. One misses low and inside, 1-1.
And Baggett's been the leader for 2 straight years on this team, defending a championship from last season with the Unicorns.
One pitch coming. Sends one right between the hole of first and second.
Hit number 27 on the year for Patrick, and he loves that spot between first and second. It's a ball middle of the zone, around the knees, a little bit low at 90 miles an hour, and Baggett grips and rips for a single.
Brings up Marcus TTLE. Also a guy that came in recently into the league and has really sparked this offense for the Unicorns. Breaking pitch inside the TTLE, who blasted a home run over the Chevrolet Pavilion last Saturday night against the Beavers. Went 403 feet.
Jeez. Yeah, he's a guy that'll make you pay if you leave anything close in the middle of the zone, a little bit low, a hanging breaking ball. On Thursday, he hit a ball over the Chevy Pavilion. It was just a few feet foul, but it was hit so high over the foul pole and left. From our angle, or maybe even our home plate umpires, it was a tough call. Marcus had 40-plus home runs from his time at Arizona Christian University in Bellevue.
Sends that one foul again, and that home run he hit, the velocity was 107.
Wow.
And he sent that one off of Greg Lokinen, of all guys.
That was a hanger right there from Alba. A little bit late on the swing was TTLE. He was trying to time it up, just a little bit late.
2 on authoring. This is low for ball 3. Unicorns trying to get comfortable with Alba, as they haven't seen him yet this season. Runner on the move. We called strike. The throw down to second base. Not in time. Patrick Baggett gets himself in scoring position. Heads up play there by Baggett.
Patrick's 17th stolen base of the year. He's only been caught once. And look at Beetle. From his knees, he made that closer than I thought it should have been. Bang, bang play at second, and that's how Utica's going to climb back in this game, being aggressive, specifically on the base paths.
3-2 pitch. Misses inside at 80 miles an hour. One-out walk for TTLEE. Now brings up Austin Ochoa.
Good at bat there from Marcus. Did not get too greedy, saw an off-speed inside, and that's his happy spot. Anything breaking ball low and in, high and in, he's going to go after it, and he left it alone on 3-2 to put 2 on with 1 out.
Now Ochoa looking to get the Unicorns on the board. Swings and misses at 78.
Team leader in hits with 37. Team leader in home runs with 6. Weber right behind him with 5. He's been the key piece offensively for the Unicorn team, consistent all year long.
It's been impressive. As Alba has gone that pitch in the high 70s, low 80s with the off speed.
And that thing fell off the table. Started around thigh high and fell to the ankles. No chance for Ochoa. He swung right on top of it.
0-2 pitch coming. Good stop by Beetle. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the cleanup hitter for the Unicorns, Austin Ochoa. Going to capitalize on this good opportunity with runners on first and second and only 1 out. Pulls this one down into right, and that one's going to drop in for a base hit. Baggett will stop at third, and the bases are loaded for Utica.
He didn't get all of it, but he got enough to drop it into right field. Ochoa with a ton of pop. He didn't use it there. That was 91 at the top of the zone, and he just flips it into right. Good chance here for the Unicorns, and this is why these are the top 2 teams in the league, right, Alex?
Yep.
I mean, both teams load up the bases in the first inning. It was 2 runners on for Colby Seltzer, and Unicorns able to do some damage with the big hitting lefty, Cody Hanna.
Prime opportunity to tie up this ball game. We're only in the first inning. Cody Hanna takes a big hack and misses. Unicorns are .224 average as a team with the bases loaded. First attempt for Hanna in this situation, and he's falling behind 0-2.
Hanna 6'4", 215 pounds, towering in that left-handed box. He's out of Coker University, spent 4 years there in South Carolina.
0-2 pitch from Alba, stopped at right at home plate by Beetle. Baggett was thinking about coming home, has to stay back. Unicorns trailing 3-0 in this ball game, only in the bottom of the first.
We've seen a ton of base runners to start. A couple of walks from each side. A couple of knocks as well. 2 hits in that first inning from Westside, the big one from Seltzer. And Baggett and Ochoa coming through with swings out to right field.
1-2 pitch coming. This is that one up and away for ball 2.
Eight hits on the young season for Cody. He's yet to hit a home run. He's got 1 RBI to his name.
2-2 pitch. It's a softly on the ground, but rolled foul.
Fly ball deep in the outfield, a slow tapped ground ball to the middle infielders. That'll get the job done. Hanna out of the left-handed side of the box. He's got an extra step rather than a righty getting down to first base and trying to beat out a double play chance.
Bases full here for the Unicorns. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss by Cody Hanna. A huge strikeout for Alba, his second on the night.
It's the same sort of pitch he gave to Demetrol, except it was on the opposite side of the plate. That's a fastball at 91 that rides high and away. It was high and inside to Demetrol, but right out of the hand for Miguel. That looks like it's going to be a strike. It just has some movement. And Hannah chased for out number 2.
Now it's up to Jared Weber. It's a first pitch strike.
Besides Ochoa, this is the only other guy you'd want in this spot right here early in the ball game. 28 RBIs on 32 hits with 7 doubles and 5 homers for Jared this year.
Yeah, leads the team in doubles and runs driven in as he throws a fastball that time. This is outside, 1-1.
Cedeno out there in right field, blocking the sun with his glove. It's definitely still playing a factor.
Well, one pitch. Weber sends one down to left. One's going to drop in. One run's going to score. Here comes another. And it's going to be a 2-run double for the Unicorns. And they made it a 1-run game off the bat of Jared Weber, who picks up RBIs number 29 and 30.
No better time for your 8th double of the year, Jared. What a swing. Breaking pitch middle of the zone, and he pokes it out into the corner in left field with 2 outs. That's something that both of these teams are going to need to do well at today to win the ball game. 2-out hitting, clutch swing from Weber.
Especially in that situation, can't come away empty. Unicorns looking for more with 2 runners on for Kyle Schmack. Swings at the first pitch right over to Dre Williams-Nelson. He throws it over to Fox Liam to end the inning, but not before the Unicorns get 2. Only trailing by 1 thanks to the 2-run double off the bat of Jared Weber. As we head to the second, it's 3-2 Westside right here on the USPBL Network.
The perfect match. It's what so many of us are looking for. When it comes to getting a mortgage, how can you find the one that's perfect for you? Start at mortgagematchup.com. Because the only way to get a mortgage that's easier and more affordable is to find a local home loan expert first. Go to mortgagematchup.com today.
Being a member of the Armed Forces takes bravery, perseverance, and a commitment to protecting our freedoms.
Whether you were discharged recently or years ago, Macomb County Veterans Services is here to help you access the benefits you've earned.
We are grateful to all who have served, including the more than 40,000 veterans who make Macomb their home, and know that returning home is both a time to celebrate and reflect. In Macomb County, we take pride in serving those who have served us.
For more information, visit us at macombvets.org.
Check your checking. If your account doesn't get you pumped, amped, or geeked, make the switch to Genius Checking from Genesis Credit Union. It's just genius.
3-2 Westside as we head to the second inning. We'll take a look at some plays, throughout that first inning here, Tom, as you about to get ready to get going here. It's
a great inning from both sides. Mammoths come out with 3, Utica scores 2, but the big stat there was that Westside won the inning. And I know Jared Weber came through with a big 2-run double, but Mammoths, that swing from Seltzer, the difference currently.
Zach Beadle will lead it off. He was in the batter's box when Jake Walker was picked off. Beadle swings at the first pitch he sees, right into left center, right over his Marcus Titialii, and 1 pitch, 1 out.
He's got to have a bounce back inning here. Put up a 0 against these Westside Woolly Mammoths. He didn't pitch terribly in that first inning. He did walk a pair, and the 1 pitch he did throw to Seltzer was a good one, but Colby just had a nice swing on it. Logan, besides those 2 walks, has commanded the zone well, and the 1 to Walker went by the wayside as he was caught leaning.
It's just important that the Unicorns are able to respond and get a couple of those runs back.
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a competitive game, but early on, 5 total runs in the first frame. How about it?
What you want to have here, especially with first place and a trip to the championship on the line, is this one's grounded right over to Austin Ochoa. He throws it over to Jared Weber. And in 3 pitches, we got 2 outs.
That's how you do it if you're Logan Lee. That pitch down and away, off speed to Williams Nelson. He just rolls it over. And the clean Unicorn infield makes another nice play.
Now it's up to Jose Cedeno. What a huge 2-run homer on Sunday that tied the game in the bottom of the 8th. He now has 4 homers on the season for the man out of Venezuela. The Mammoths unfortunately lost that game after Noah Marcoux gave the go-ahead home run for the Hoppers in the 9th and picked up another insurance run late.
If Lee can have a really quick inning here, it's going to save his pitch count. Through just over 30 pitches in that first frame, if he can get out sub 40 in the second, it's going to change his night.
0-2 pitch coming. Misses upstairs. 1-2 to Cedeno. Lee gets into his windup, throws. Misses that fastball up and outside.
Overthrown with the last 2 pitches, just leaving it a little bit high and away. Not quite getting it fully out front. Logan makes an adjustment almost every single time in every inning when he's on the mound.
Goes with the off speed. This is that slider out on the way, and he's run the count full on Cedeno. The 3-2. And misses that one for ball 4.
You could see the entire Unicorn defense taking 3 or 4 steps towards their dugout on the third base side. That ball was right on the bottom part of the zone. Lee can't believe it, neither can the defense for Utica. Nice stick there from Kreisen behind the dish to make it look good.
Yeah, just didn't get the call from the home plate umpire. It looked perfect right at the knees on our end, but
you got to reward a frame job like that from Kreisen. Even though it was right there on the bottom rung of the zone, he still brought it up. Kreisen having a small conversation with our home plate umpire asking how far down was that.
Now it's back up to the top of the order for Sharkus. Inning keeps going. Was a first pitch strike. A little bit off the plate with that fastball at 89. Now the 0-1 Cedeno on the move. Kreisen throws over to second base, not in time. Cedeno steals second.
Both teams being aggressive on the base paths. Saw Baggett steal back in the first. It's now Cedeno who gets one. Jose just stole his 10th bag of the year as well.
Mammoths looking to get a run back. Sharkus in an 0-2 holdo. Lee looks over at second, now throws. Looked like he got a piece of it.
It's a check swing. It seemed like it had trajectory of a full swing, sending it straight back to the screen.
Sharkus flew out to Enos to start the ball game. 0-2 pitch, swings and misses. That's the first strikeout for Logan Lee here tonight. He strands the runner at second and keeps it a 1-run ball game for the Unicorns, trailing 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the second right here on the USPBL Network.
With a transforming world, we can see how drastically the world is heading towards automation. And so, we need 24/7 surveillance and security systems for our homes and businesses to avoid any theft or breach of privacy. JARBCOM brings the installation of security cameras to the tip of your fingers with our state-of-the-art mobile app. JARBCOM also provides surveillance monitoring of your entire property with flexible options that offer a dependable solution to be scaled to fit any domestic or commercial need. Contact JARBCOM today for a free estimate at 800-369-0374 or look us up on the web at jarbcom.com.
the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal-getter or dream chaser, an empty nester, or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
When it's time for baseball, it's time for beer. Two Hearted Ale has been named the #1 beer in America for the past 4 years by members of the American Home Brewers Association. Play ball with the best. Two Hearted Ale, the iconic American IPA from Bell's Brewery, Comstock, Michigan. Please drink responsibly. Bottom of the second we go. 3-2 lead for the Westside Woolly Mammoths over the Utica Unicorns. The winner clinches first place and a spot in the championship game next Saturday night. Here on Military Appreciation Night, presented by Belfor Property Restoration. To give a huge hand during the break to all the active and retired military here at the ballpark here tonight, and thank them for all the service they do here for our country.
Yeah, can't say enough about all the different sections and categories of our armed forces and what they do for us.
First pitch inside to Ryan Enos.
Had a great start to this ball game. Some runs scoring early, some knocks from both sides, and what else did you expect from the two top teams in the league?
It'll be neck and neck throughout the course of the ball game, and it's looked that way so far as Enos sends this one down fouled on the third baseline. Enos hitting .220 on the season. Gets back into the batter's box. Alba gets sets and throws 1-1. One misses down, 2-1 on the off speed. Alba takes a second. Check swing went around. 2-2 on Enos.
It's a nasty pitch from Alba right there. Dropping way out of the zone in the dirt.
The 2-2 pitch from Alba. That one goes right on the back of Enos and hits him.
Tried to go inside with another breaking pitch and just caught way too much of the right-handed batter's box. Leadoff man aboard for the Unicorns, down by a run. They're looking to tie it up, take an early lead.
Now Ethan Kreisen steps in. Hitting .250 on the season. He's done his job on both sides of the plate. Had a go-ahead homer last Saturday to give the Unicorns the victory over the Beavers. Has driven in 7 on the season. 1-0 from Alba. It's on the ground. Right to Walker. Underhand throw to Seltzer for one. Relay over to Liam in time for the 4-6-3 double play.
Does not get any cleaner than that right there. As a backhand play for Walker that was taking him towards second base, and Seltzer was all over it. Look at this transition. Easy flip and a kick. Seltzer got him by a few steps.
It's important.
Yeah, if you do the routine plays correctly and you're able to turn two like that, you're going to be a darn good team and win a lot of ball games, and that's why Westside is atop first place by a half game and 24-19 on the season.
Brings it back to the top of the order. Andre Demetral swings to the first pitch into right center, making the catch. Jose Cedeno getting that one to drop into his glove for out number 3. As we head now to the third inning, 3-2 Mammoths here on the USPBL Network.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood and reset our life around zapping stuff and cheering for stuff with your friends. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
Fifth Third Extra Time helps you do you better. So kick back and relax. You have extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Fifth Third Extra Time. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
And we're taking a look at Tom Cavanaugh playing out in the outfield during batting practice for the Mammoths here today and getting his work in.
Yes, sir. Reliving the glory days. I appreciate you guys putting that package together. I had some fun out there today. Final regular season game of the year. I asked Teller Jellikowski, head coach of the Mammoths, and you mind if I go shag out there and right? And I tell you what, it's no joke catching those big league fly balls. I mean, Cedeno crushed a few out to right field I had trouble with. Dre Williams-Nelson went opposite field. Drew Fleming, every pitch that he hit was 100 miles an hour. I appreciate that, guys. Thanks for putting that together for me.
Yeah, you know, being a former ball player yourself, Tom, is you're playing those days and night in and night out there, and it was a lot of fun for you, man. And
college days were cut short. I spent a year and a half playing ball and then transferred over to Michigan State to pursue this career right here. And it was the right decision, but, I mean, whenever I can get on the field and feel like one of the boys, I mean, I'll take it any chance I can get.
Florentino fouls off the first pitch. Well, it's been a blast here all season long here, Tom, being in the booth for a majority of the season and working with you and the rest of the guys, and it's been incredible this season. It has been,
really. I mean, I know it's been you, Brady, we've also had Enver, Shapelo, we've also had Don Minchella, Jackson Bickers, Carter Lutz, Jacob Mauer, so many different people coming into the booth to help us out throughout the year. It's been awesome. I've loved working with so many different people and being able to share stories and these ball games with everybody.
Yeah, it's been incredible to see, and it's been fun. And swing and a miss on the off speed from lead to Florentino 1-2. And
I got a little bit of a feeling Logan Lee, after that first inning, he's going to bounce back well and have some dominant frames spanning the second on.
1-2, and he hits Florentino.
That's on me.
First hit batter of the ball game for the Mammoths, and we'll see if Lee bounces back.
It's his fourth free pass. He's got 3 walks coming into the inning. Plunks Florentino with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Yeah. It's been runners every inning here for the Mammoths.
Yeah, just lost control of that one.
I should say for both teams. We haven't seen a clean inning yet where runners have been off the paths.
Fox Liam comes in now. First pitch misses just outside. The slider, 1-0. Mentioned the numbers for Liam, the same amount of strikeouts as walks. Shows how disciplined he is at the plate, as his batting average, near the beginning of the year was a little bit slow. He was around 100, 115, and then he really picked it up in the second half of the year.
He did. I mean, it was the power, hitting the long ball, but also the clutch hitting out to all fields. He sprays it.
Fouls that one off. 2-1 on Liam. Just want to be smart at the plate and don't want to be too aggressive and try to do too much, especially guys who hit for power.
Yeah, you got to stay within yourself. If you get that good pitch and you're ahead in the count, swing away and go deep. But when you're in a tight ball game with a lot on the line today, you got to stay within yourself and do what's best for the team with a nice smooth swing. And that one nearly hit Liam.
Have to go out of the way of that one. It was that 89-mile-per-hour fastball.
He's challenging these hitters inside. He's done it to pretty much everybody today.
Goes a little bit outside. misses off the plate by a few inches. And back-to-back free passes.
If Fox Liam ends the season with 40-plus walks, that's near. It's got to be close to a record in the league, because that's a ton of base on balls on the year. Shout out our lead analytics intern Devin Wiles, no longer with us, back over at University of Michigan, enjoying their game tonight. And he put together a stat that said that Fox Liam is the most productive when seeing the most amount of pitches.
Popped up off the bat of Colby Seltzer, right over to Patrick Baggett as the infield fly rule is applied. And a huge out to retire Colby Seltzer.
That was a good pitch for Colby. Got a breaking ball, middle of the zone, a little bit up near the shoulders, or sorry, the letters, and he was just underneath it. Dropped the back shoulder at the last second, sent it right up on the infield.
Yeah, going back to your point, Tom, that Devin has been phenomenal all season long, and
he's still working for us, putting together stat packages and numbers.
Yeah, no backup at University of Michigan. No, not with us here tonight, but back at school and still doing stuff as the season comes to an end next week. We thank him for all the work he has done this season. 2 on and 1 out for Nick Pastor, as he's ahead 2-0 to Lee. Mammoths up by 1. Looking to tack on a few more runs to give themselves a cushion. A high strike at 87 with that fastball.
Pastor, another guy along with Jake Walker that's been familiar with that leadoff spot. Now both of them sitting in the very middle of this lineup.
Swing and a miss. Right down the middle at 78. Pastor was a little late on it.
He was. The off-speed just tailed, and I think he recognized the spin a little bit late, and he tried to wait on it, and he waited a little bit too long.
Lee into his windup. Sends that one off the screen. Pastor.
If Lee's able to find an out right here, it completely changes the outlook of the inning. It was 2 on via the free pass to start, pop out from Seltzer, and if you get Pastor, you're 1 out away from another 0.
Running it full again.
He's throwing a ton of pitches. He's at 60 through 2 1/3. That Unicorn bullpen not quite ready, not going yet. I expect Lee to throw into the 80s or the 90s, but that could come sooner than later.
Payoff pitch. Pastor finds a hole between first and second. Florentino will stop at third. He was thinking about going home. Now the bases are loaded as the throw by Enos was a little bit off to Kreisen.
Nice job from Ryan to charge that ball quickly and catch it on just a few bounces. That's what stopped Florentino from scoring from third base. And even with that throw being off a few feet to the right, Logan Lee would have been covering home to get Florentino.
Now it's Jake Walker's turn. First time the bases have been loaded for Westside. That fastball just missed below the knees.
Walk last time for Walker. He was caught at first base. He was thinking about stealing and just tripped up on the feet for out number 3.
Now hits there at 82 on the outside part of the plate.
Also a stat we didn't mention today, Alex, and it's a big one. These two teams have met 14 times this year. Their record against each other, 7-7. So this will break a rubber match tie on the 15th meeting. Who will be 8-7 to finish the year in the regular season?
They're going to go neck and neck for it right to the end. Mammoths hitting .262 as a team with the bases loaded. As Walker fouls it off, and huge opportunity for Westside. If they can get up by 3-4 runs here in the 3rd inning, put themselves in a good position as the pitch count continues to elevate for Lee.
Didn't miss by much on that one. Walker going to take a breather, but that fastball just off the plate. There's been a few close calls today for Logan Lee on the mound that just have not been called for strikes, and counts with 2, looking for that elusive third called strike.
Yeah, this is the 6th full count that Lee has run into in this ball game.
And you add on the 10-pitch at-bat from Colby Seltzer as well. I mean, you can understand why Lee's about to hit 70 pitches.
There's action now in the Utica bullpen getting ready.
I can't blame Logan for a lot of it as well. There's been a few pitches he's been squeezed on, and then also just good battle at the plate from Westside.
Payoff pitch, misses again, brings in a run. Florentino will trot Holmes, step on the plate, and it's 4-2 Mammoths.
Walker's 6th RBI of the season for his 2nd base on balls. There's going to be a conversation between Kreisen and Lee on the bump.
Yeah, pitch count going to be approaching 70 in a few.
Beto with a fly ball out to center his last time. If he does that again, it's going to get a run in. Only a 2-run ball game. Logan can easily get out of this inning with a rolled ground ball for 2. Definitely not the start that he wanted to the day. But you can bounce back.
There's Garrett Bonnet warming up in the bullpen for Utica.
And they have a stellar bullpen. On the right there, Jace Bauman. You got Matt Colucci as well. Ben Kreisen, your closer. So many names on this team.
Base is still full. And only 1 out for the Mammoths. Already got in a run on the bases loaded walk by Jake Walker, Zach Beadle.
Can't forget about Danny Dens, who we saw back on Thursday. He might throw again today.
And they got a stacked rotation, but that bullpen has been strong all season long as Beadle fouls that one away.
That's why they're able to win ball games. They hold teams to minimum runs late in contests, and they're able to claw back with a few in the 7th, 8th, or 9th inning and come away with a ton of 1-run victories this year.
It's been great to see that this Unicorns team has stepped up in all aspects of the game, especially the offense, combined with the strong pitching. On the ground, but foul again down the third base side.
That pitch just off the corner. Could have been called third strike. But it's been all 9 hitters today for the Mammoths that have been able to battle and fight with 2 strikes.
1 ball and 2 strikes here on Zach Beadle. The pitch. Way outside. Good stop by Kreisen. Two now on Beadle. Mammoths up by 2. Lee throws. This is outside.
He's just tugging it right now, kind of throwing across his body, and that's what's pulling the ball outside to a right-handed hitter.
Just been tough here with his location. On the ground, on 1 hop to Baggett. Trying to turn 2, and they will. That is huge for the Unicorns. A 6-4-3 double play to limit the damage. As we take a look at this one more time, Tom, very huge for the Unicorns. Took a friendly hop on the infield grass and able to get the job done for our 5th third bank, 5th third out of the game. 4-2 Westside, who's ahead to the bottom of the 3rd as JJ, the water boy, comes out. Hydrated our infield umpire throughout the course of the ball game. JJ presented by Michigan First Credit Union, and he'll look to get a nice treat for all the work he does every night at the ballpark. We'll be back after this right here on the USPBL Network.
Andy Appleby. I'm the owner and CEO of the USPBL. We're a 4-team league. We play at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan. Tryon has a wealth of resources that we can tap into when unique HR issues arise, even including visa and immigration issues related to our players. Tryon has helped us to get our baseball season up and running every year and has made a difficult task much easier.
That's why we rely on Tryon.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Four-2 lead for the Mammoths over the Unicorns as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Very fortunate for Utica to get out of that inning with limited damage. Only that one run came across, and that 6-4-3 double play just is going to be really huge when we get into late in this ball game as the Mammoths left the bases loaded.
Kind of a game changer, Alex. There could have been several runs in that inning for the Mammoths. Logan Lee's command was not there. He had a chance. I mean, could have walked another one, given up a big hit to Beadle. But we mentioned it earlier in the at-bat to Beadle. If you roll a ground ball and you have Demetral and Baggett in the middle of your infield, you're darn right they're going to turn two for you and limit the runs.
And you got to give credit to that friendly hop of the infield grass, because oftentimes we've seen it gone the opposite way.
Oh, yeah, like yesterday. I mean, we talk about a ground ball to Bailey Martin that was routine, and it hit the infield lip of the grass and went woo! Took a 20-foot pop over into right center field. And then Todd Maddox took one off the kisser as well at third base on a ground ball. So this middle infield are all around the infield grass here. They can play some games, but you're right, a very fortunate hop for the man at the dish.
Looking to set the table here in the bottom of the third, Patrick Baggett. Singled between first and second his last time up. Alba gets sets and throws. Fly ball into center, right to Nick Pastor. And Baggett is retired on 2 pitches.
And I mentioned as well for Pastor out there in center field. When I was shagging out and right, I was watching Nick. Every single time, he was not taking a play off. He was treating every batting practice fly ball like it was the game. And that's why he's so good out in center field. He takes it so serious from the time that he walks into the ballpark.
Yeah, he does his job, especially being on that championship team a season ago, as Titi Alihi takes a strike at the inside corner. One delivery to Alba, fouled off.
Miguel roughed up in that first inning, giving up a couple of hits, a walk, that big swing from Jared Weber to score 2. But since then, it's been smooth sailing. Got a double play rolled in the second, and a weak pop out from Baggett to start this frame.
0-2 from Alba, swing and a miss. Kind of with the off speed at 79, right at the knees. And strikeout number 3 on the night for Alba.
Miguel came into the contest with 2 2/3 innings pitched over the course of 2 relief appearances. He has now met that same number with that strikeout right there.
Austin Ochoa now steps in.
By the way, guys.
Singled his last time up. Ochoa off the glove of Dre Williams-Nelson. Was trying to dive for it and make a really great play, but just opted out over the top of his glove.
It's a great swing. Breaking ball low and inside. Ochoa ripped it, and Dre Williams-Nelson just off of the tip of his glove. Nice effort for it. But we can give him a little bit of leash. As we said, debut over there at third base. Would have been a very snazzy play to make in his first game over at the hot corner.
Yeah, there's no primary position.
I mean, that would have been a tough play for anybody, though. 'Cause that was hit real hard in the hole.
Yeah, it would have been a tough play. I'm not saying was easy by any stretch of the imagination. Let's take a look at that one more time.
I mean, he's one of the most athletic guys in the league, and he leapt all the way into that hole there to make a play. It's tough for a third baseman on any of these four teams to be able to reach that far over and even have a chance for it.
Count is 1-1 on Cody Hanna. Since that one foul, 1-2.
He was all over that. That pitch was just a little bit low in the zone. It nubbed off the very end of his bat. But that was a big swing from Cody. He could have done some extreme damage with that pitch.
Runner on first, 2 outs. That's Ochoa. Alba getting set with the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Goes inside at 91 to strike out Hanna for the second time here tonight. And 4 punch-outs on the game for Alba as we head to the 4th right here on the USPBL Network.
Time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, perseverance.
And we do.
We're fighting cancer with proton therapy.
And music therapy.
We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's and outsmarting blood clots in seconds.
Instead of days.
Because this is her time. His time, your time. And it's time to show we can. Corewell Health.
The perfect match. It's what so many of us are looking for. When it comes to getting a mortgage, how can you find the one that's perfect for you? Start at mortgagematchup.com. Because the only way to get a mortgage that's easier and more affordable is to find a local home loan expert first. Go to mortgagematchup.com today.
Garrett Bonnet will check into the ball game for the Unicorns in a 4-2 deficit against the Westside Woolly Mammoths. Alex Johnson and Tom Cavanaugh with you for the call. Bonnet will come in relief for Logan Lee. Allowed those 4 runs, got himself to a difficult situation. 7 full count pitches. Pitch count was over 70 through 3 innings.
It was just the walks that bit him. He ended up walking 5, only striking out 1. He allowed just 3 hits on 4 runs. So it was the free passes that got to Logan in his 3 innings of work. But now as we turn it over to GB, this man has been stellar all year long. A 4-1 record with a 3.77 ERA in 45 and a third innings. He's given up 32 hits in that time. He's also struck out 41 and only allowed 24 walks. Garrett's going to fill up the zone. He's got a heavy arsenal on his hand. Fastball, slider, splitter, throws them all evenly.
Good look to do that here against the 8-9-1 hitters here in the 4th. Dre Williams, Nelson, Jose Cedeno, and Anthony Sharkis. Goes to the fastball early, upstairs for a strike. Williams Nelson swings and misses on that one.
Yeah, he knew he was getting a fastball there, and it was top of the zone. Gotta love Dre going for gold on that swing.
Grounded out to Ochoa, his last time up. The 0-1. This is that one, 1-1.
Mammoths are up by 2, but can't feel too comfortable with just a deuce lead right now, only because of how Utica plays down the stretch, middle, end of ball games, and their scrappiness to come back.
1-1, fastball, misses away.
Westside want to continue to push the pedal to the metal here and score a few more runs spanning the 4th, 5th, and 6th, and hopefully have a wide margin going into their late frames.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't want Utica to hang around and make things interesting.
Which they do very often, because when you lose your starter early in a game, they're a team that kind of saves ball games based on their relievers, and it starts with Garrett Bonnet. Moves over with Bauman, Dens, Kreisen, all those guys.
What you got to have here, especially if you want to win another championship. Unicorns have won 5 of the 8 titles. As that one hits off the pitcher's mound, Baggett throws over to Weber way late.
Are you kidding me? That ball hit the cutout of the sprinkler pump right behind the pitcher's mound. So before the game, our ground crew will come out and they'll plug in a hose to a little well right behind the pitcher's mound. And that's covered up with a little piece of sod or some grass there, but it's uneven. So that soft little liner caught a piece of the divot behind the mound and just spun 90 degrees to the left away from Baggett. I think Patrick would have had a nice play as he was moving towards the baseball and it wasn't hit all that hard. But Hops Field plays its role again.
Swing and a miss by Cedeno.
That's going to be probably the wackiest base hit of the year for Dre Williams-Nelson.
Yeah, he'll take it.
He'll take it.
Sometimes the infield can be your friend.
We talked about it, those bad hops, but that's not what we're talking about. That was just an uneven piece from the pump that comes out of the ground.
Williams-Nelson with speed over at first base. Doesn't have too much of a lead over, but want to be careful. As Cedeno fouls that 90-mile-per-hour fastball. 0-2.
Garrett's really challenging these hitters. He's left a couple fastballs top of the zone, but he's not leaving it right over the middle. He's either been inside or outside, threw one high and away to Williams-Nelson that he swung on and missed. And a foul ball from Cedeno. He was right on that inside heater at 90.
Bonnet on the first base side of the rubber, and Cedeno fouls it off again. Mammoths up by 2, 1 on, nobody out. Cedeno lines one into right, but right to Ryan Enos. Had a good read on it, but Enos able to track it down and make the catch.
He's crashing in hard, that ball with a little bit of topspin, so Ryan knew he had to get there quickly, and he did. Nice swing from Cedeno, just could not find some green, and now it's Sharkus with a man on, a man out.
Utica looking for another double play to get out of the inning. This was a good heads-up play by Enos to track it down, no problem. Sharkus today 0 for 2, flew out to right and then struck out swinging as he foul tips that fastball into the glove of Kreisen. Sharkus still looking for his first homer in the USPBL. Had all the power in the world over at Madonna.
He's been a nice piece, a table setter on this team. Heck of a left fielder. And even though he doesn't have that home run so far this season, he contributes in a myriad of ways.
He's driven in 13. And a really hot start in that opening weekend against the Unicorns. Sends this one on the ground, right to Baggett. Could be 2 again. Demetrol for 1. Relay to Weber in time. 6-4-3 again for the Unicorns. Exactly what the Unicorns needed. Head to the bottom of the 4th, still trailing by 2 of the Unicorns. We'll be back for your home for USPBL baseball.
I'm Anthony Tomey, CEO of Tomey Group, and we're one of the largest Jimmy John franchisees in the country. With 50 Jimmy Johns and over 700 employees, it's a challenge to manage operations. What could possibly go wrong with owning 50 Jimmy Johns? People don't show up, equipment fail, run out of bread, no tomatoes, we need onions. Many different things can happen. Tryon allows us to really focus on the food and the operations of the restaurant.
And that's why we rely on Tryon.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Everyone has something that motivates them to do better. And for me, that's my daughter Shelby. I named Shelby Construction Services after her as a reminder to always run the company in a way that would make her proud. Our goal isn't just to get the job done, but to get it done right. And that means making sure every customer has a 5-star experience. I think how a company treats you is just as important as the finished product. My daughter wouldn't have it any other way.
Call 833-6-SHELBY. That's 833-6-SHELBY.
Home half of the fourth, 4-2 lead for Westside over Utica here on the USPBL Network alongside Tom Cavanaugh. I'm Alex Johnson. Glad to have you with us on this Saturday night. The winner, once again, will clinch first place and a spot in the championship game next Saturday night.
Miguel Alba's had a good day so far. He gave up 2 in the first, but he hasn't had a clean 1-2-3 inning yet. Hit a batter in the second, gave up a base hit to Ochoa in the third. But he's putting up zeros. That's what matters. And these Unicorns still trying to claw back down a pair.
See what they could do here. The Mammoths trying to go back-to-back, winning the regular season a year ago. Unicorns won it all last season, being in the 4 seed. Trying to clinch the pennant here tonight. It'll be Jared Weber to start things off. Ball inside.
Weber, the reason Unicorns have 2 runs right now with that clutch 2-out, 2-run double.
Finds the strike zone, inside corner. The last time the Unicorns won the pennant was in 2022 when they lost to the Beavers, the 2 seed that season. On the ground, off of Dre Williams-Nelson. It's going to be a fair ball. Weber rounding second is going to stand up in there once again for another double.
Hard hit ball from Weber. It's a tough play from Williams-Nelson down the line. Thought it might catch a piece of the base at third, but as Dre went down for the backhand, it just snuck past him. It's a great start for the Unicorns if they want to tie this thing up, take a lead halfway through this ball game.
Now Beto talking over with Alba.
Want to figure out how they want to pitch to Schmack here. And if I'm Kyle, I'm looking for a pitch on the outer part of the plate that I can hit on the ground to second base and move Weber over to third. It's going to be small ball, as it's been pretty much all year from these Unicorns. Now they've picked up a few big bats that have added to the power, but it's a team that scraps for runs a lot of the time. And if you have a leadoff double, a couple of ground balls is going to get the job done with nobody out.
Unicorns looking to make it a 1-run game again with Kyle Schmack in the box. Off-speed pitch misses inside. 2 doubles in the ball game for Weber here tonight.
Needs 1 more for 10 on the season.
1-0 to Schmack. Right down the middle for a strike.
Alba tried that same pitch right before, just missed inside. That time it sets in for a strike middle of the zone.
Alba with a long look, taking his time. 1-1 pitch. Goes fastball. Here, the knees of Schmack had to get out of the way. 2-1.
We've seen that fastball from Alba, though, moving across the plate. A lot of run, a lot of arm side run on the pitch.
On the ground, past Williams-Nelson again. Weber rounding third. He is going to score. And at second base is Schmack.
Ground roll double. It reached inside of the tarp wheel, or the roller in left. Sharkus going to try to pick it out of there. And it's a souvenir now. No play for Dre Williams-Nelson. Schmack ripped that ball down the third base line. It took 1 hop over the glove of Dre, and it's back to a 1-run game.
These Unicorns are going to find their way to get back into it.
Same situation. Runner on second base, nobody out. Find yourself a ground ball to the right side, move that runner over. That's what I said for Schmack, and he has himself an RBI double now.
Enos showing bunt, and that one's going to drop foul. Williams-Nelson was hustling for it to make the catch.
Yeah, long run, but that ball hung up in the air for a minute on the bunt attempt. That's the cardinal rule for bunting. Cannot pop it up in the air. You have too many fielders, especially with Fox Liam in very shallow at first base on the grass cutout. he's got a chance if it's popped up again.
Jake Walker not too far behind him. Holds back as that one misses in the dirt.
Like that call from manager Jim Essian at the third base coaching box, having Enos bunt there. He wanted to get it down the third base line to bring Williams Nelson in, and that frees up third base. Nobody would have been there.
Now they 1-1, and instead that hits Enos. So put 2 runners aboard.
Nearly 90 miles an hour, up and in on the shoulder. Ryan's going to feel that tomorrow. And that's what I'm talking about. The arm side run from Alba started that pitch on the inside part of the plate, and it just ran all the way into the flesh of Ryan Enos. This is pitch number 50 for Miguel as well. A little bit of movement in that Westside bullpen.
Now, Justin Karn going to come out. Talk over with the guys here. It's Matt Swilly warming up in the bullpen.
Flamethrower Matt Swilly. And it's just a conversation situationally what you want to do here. In an event of a bunt, which Ethan Kreisen does very well. How are you going to approach it? Where do you want to be defensively? Especially if it's a hard bunt down the third base line. Miguel Alba, the pitcher, is going to need to cover up that third baseline. And it's going to be on Fox Liam to take that first base side, and Jake Walker, he moves over to first to cover the bag. So a lot of moving parts, and assistant coach Justin Karn wants to get everybody on the same page before Kreisen tries to lay one down if he does.
He's showing it right now. Instead, holds back, and it goes all the way to the backstop.
I know that pitch was coming right at the forehead of Ethan Kreisen, but he'll take it because he doesn't have to waste an at-bat on a sacrifice bunt to move runners up in a scoring position. My goodness, that was close to hitting him. He gets a chance now with nobody out to hit a ground ball in the infield, maybe a base hit, score two. He was basically sacrificing his at-bat to move these runners up, but it just happens on one pitch, and he stays in the box.
They had to duck and not get that one hit in the head.
It's a catcher reflex right there.
Kreisen fouls that one off, and Westside really needs it out.
It's been a pair of doubles and a walk to Enos, or a hit by pitch, I should say. Second time Ryan's been hit today in this game.
Liam is way in, not too far behind is Walker. Just got a piece, 1 and 2 on Kreisen. Trailing by 1. Schmack with the RBI double. Ethan Kreisen looking to give the Unicorns their first lead of the night. Here in the bottom of the 4th, nobody out. 1-2 pitch coming. Good stop by Beetle.
That's impressive. Big hop as that ball landed before home plate. And the ability to move side to side and keep that right between the shoulders. That's what saved the baseball from squirting out to the right or the left, which could lead to a run.
So 2-2 on Kreisen, swing and a miss. And that is a huge strikeout for Alba. With runners on second and third, and now 1 out.
Just needed to see 1 down. Seeing that strikeout for out number 1 here, that's huge for the rest of the inning. Looks like that's going to be the end of the night for Miguel Alba as well.
Taylor Jelkowski coming out, looking to give up the baseball as Alba. And this night is going to be done. We're going to have a pitching change coming up here with runners on second and third, 1 out for the Unicorns. We'll be back here on the USPBL Network.
Time doesn't heal all wounds. Hard work, perseverance.
And we do.
We're fighting cancer with proton therapy.
And music therapy.
We're turning back the clock on Parkinson's and outsmarting blood clots in seconds.
Instead of days.
Because this is her time. His time, your time. And it's time to show we can. Corewell Health.
The perfect match. It's what so many of us are looking for. When it comes to getting a mortgage, how can you find the one that's perfect for you? Start at mortgagematchup.com. Because the only way to get a mortgage that's easier and more affordable is to find a local home loan expert first. Go to mortgagematchup.com today.
I'm Anthony Tomey, CEO of Tomey Group, and we're one of the largest Jimmy John franchisees in the country. With 50 Jimmy Johns and over 700 employees, it's a challenge to manage operations. What could possibly go wrong with owning 50 Jimmy Johns? People don't show up, equipment fail, run out of bread, no tomatoes, we need onions. Many different things can happen. Tryon allows us to really focus on the food and the operations of the restaurant.
And that's why we rely on Tryon.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Matt Swilly will take the slab for the Mammoths. With runners on second and third and only one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Mammoths trying to hold on to a one-run lead. The Unicorns looking to tie up this ball game.
Swidley, another late addition to this Mammoth team. Just 12 1/3 innings pitched. He's making his 5th appearance, 3rd out of the bullpen this year, and this is a guy that's going to light up the radar. We're looking at around 96, 97, maybe even touching 98 with the fastball. And Swilly's also got some off-speed to boot.
He started for the Mammoths on Sunday against the Hoppers.
There's a 97-mile-an-hour fastball in the inside corner. Swilly's also got a splitter, a curveball, and a slider.
Demetral taking time after seeing that 97-mile-per-hour fastball.
Yeah, you got to get that foot down a little earlier. Alba was throwing hard, but only about 90, 91 in comparison to the 97, 98 heat from the 34-year-old Matt Swilly.
Oh, 1 goes at 97 again, but way high. Take a look at the scoreboard. The radar gun.
Swilly drafted in 2009 by the Tampa Bay Rays in the 21st round. Spent a little bit of this year with the Fargo Redhawks in the American Association. And he's been all over baseball. He's played in Australia. He's played for multiple different independent ball leagues. And as a draft pick, I mean, you know he's one talented pitcher. And he's still giving it his all here in the USPBL in the middle of this ball game.
Going to keep it a one-run ball game. 2-1 pitch. That one hit 98.
He's lighting it up. Just got to find it for a strike right here. It's been 3 straight out of the zone since that first call to Demetral. You got a base open. Especially with one gone, you could use it to turn a double play. We've already seen 3 of them today between the two teams.
3-1 pitch. Demetral hits on the ground, finds a hole between third and short. And just like that, we are tied. Andre Demetral comes up huge, and we're knotted up at 4 apiece.
96 high and in. Demetral, all he had to do was turn that barrel and rip it towards the left side of the field, and he found a hole. He's got such quick hands, and he was able to get around on it for an RBI hit. And you knew these Unicorns, after falling down 3-0 in the top of the first inning, they were going to battle, and boy, have they.
Have gotten 2 runs here. The double by Schmack and Demetral scoring with the RBI single.
It's been 3 hits in 5 batters for the Unicorns this inning, spanning between Alba and Swilly.
Still only 1 out. Patrick Baggett now steps in.
1 for 2 day, scored a run, stole a base on that hit back in the first.
Swilly from the stretch throws. Goes off speed at 82.
Yeah, when your off-speed stuff is sitting 82, that's pretty drastic of a speed change when you're 97, 98 with a fastball. Matt applying that curveball there.
We'll see if he goes back with the fastball or goes with the breaking pitch again. As you see Demetral on the move. Beetle, the high throw to Seltzer is late, and Enos is able to score. Demetral looking over to third, and he is going to be out. But the Unicorns take the lead on the double steal. As we'll take a look at this one more time, let's digest this down. It was a high throw from Beetle to Seltzer. Demetral gets there no problem. Enos scores with no problem either, as the throw was off target.
Demetral got a little greedy at the end there, but Enos at third base, he's reading Zach Beetle. If Zach lets that ball go all the way down to second base, that is when Enos takes off. It's not an initial double steal where both runners are off on the pitch. Enos at third has to wait till the throw goes down, and then he takes off. Well executed from the Unicorns. I've seen them do that several times this year, and it worked to perfection. But Demetral, as he saw the throw get away, got a little greedy for an extra 90 feet, and Beetle's not going to throw that ball away to Dre at third.
Bases are empty, 2 outs, but the Unicorns do take the lead for the first time here tonight. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And that is going to end the inning, but not before the Unicorns score 3 and are in the driver's seat. Started out with an RBI double by Kyle Schmack, and then Andre Demetral tied it up with an RBI single, and then he stole second and drove in Ryan Enos to make it a 5-4 lead for the Unicorns as we head to the 5th. We'll be back. This is your home for USPBL Baseball.
First State Bank is a locally owned and operated business. We're part of your community. At fsbcares.com, you'll find ways that we're making a difference by featuring locally owned and operated businesses, providing access to helpful financial resources, and engaging with community. fsbcares.com is part of our commitment to the neighborhood, because strong neighbors mean stronger communities.
Where good neighbors do great things.
Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood and discover the funner you hidden within you. The you that doesn't think about adult things and stuff. Ashley, I don't want to hear anything about your car registration when we're at Dave & Buster's.
Okay.
The you want to be. Let the Dave & Buster's method illuminate you. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
You know, they say, losing hope, that's the real disaster. Last year, Tropical Storm Fred sent a devastating wall of water and debris down this river. And when the waters receded, Belfor was here. Not just to rebuild, but to help restore the life of this community. Belfor, restoring more than property.
Beginning the 5th inning of play here at Jimmy John's Field on our final regular season game of the 2024 season. 5-4 Unicorns over the Woolly Mammoths. The winner of this ball game clinches first place and will play in the championship game next Saturday night right here on the USPBL network. The season has been a lot of fun, and it's coming down to the end with the playoffs beginning next week, and Unicorns just really got on there, scoring 3 runs, taking the lead. Exactly what they needed to do there.
They did. I mean, they struck for 2 in the first inning, but a pair of doubles in the 4th is what got things going. And then when you steal another man, staying aggressive on the base paths. That's going to help you out and score another run, considering Enos came in on that stolen base from Andre Demetral. And it's right back to the Unicorns on top right here. They haven't had a lead all day long, but Westside's going to make it difficult for them. Some of the best hitters in the entire league all grouped up on one side.
Starts off with Francis Florentino. Bonnet misses that next pitch high at 91.
Back-to-back innings for Utica defense, rolling a 6-4-3 double play, both ending the third and fourth.
Bonnet's 1-1. Fastball outside, 2-1. Single for Florentino in the first inning. Walked his last time, actually hit by pitch his last time up. Almost got hit again.
Nearly hit once again, yeah. Just tiptoeing out of the way. Hitters count now for Flo. Should get something good. I know Bonnet probably delivers a fastball up in the zone. That's where he's been challenging a lot of these hitters.
Now the 3-1 pitch. Takes a big hack at the fastball. Unable to get any barrel on it.
A pitch cut off the plate outside. Swung right through it.
Now the 3-2. On the ground, over to Ochoa. Makes the throw over to Jared Weber. And able to get Florentino out. Not pleased.
Also not pleased that he broke his bat. He didn't shatter it, but you could hear it split right down the middle. That'll be some firewood. That's another good pitch at 90 from Bonnet on the inside corner, and Flo just could not get the barrel inside enough to hit it hard, and easy routine play for Ochoa as he underflips.
Fox Liam now with one gone. 2 walks for him on the night.
I feel like it's a unfamiliar day or a weird day if Fox Liam doesn't have multiple walks in a game.
He just finds his way to get on base as he swings and misses way below the zone at the off speed at 84. That slider just fooled Liam there. 1-1 pitch coming. Doesn't go after that one.
He made an adjustment in between pitches, got nearly the same pitch in the same spot and left it alone. And that's why he sees a ton of pitches and does not fall behind in many counts.
Bonnet throws, swings and misses on the fastball as it was tipped into the glove of Ethan Kreisen. Two-two pitch, skied up in the air, right over to Patrick Beckett, hauled in for out number 2.
Garrett's doing a great job of firing fastballs on the inner half of the plate to a lot of these hitters. It was a broken back ground ball from Florentino, softly, and then the inside upper fastball to Liam that he pops out on. So the command in the location so far for Garrett out of the bullpen, as it is almost every time out for him, it's been great.
He's been able to keep himself in command here.
This is a guy that has success against a high fastball up and in.
Colby Seltzer at that 3-run homer to left in the first inning.
I'd be hesitant to throw him that pitch again.
Goes with him at 82 and misses. It was his 8th homer on the year. He now has 28 runs driven in. Looking to make himself one of the top players in the MVP conversation. Goes back at 82, quickly 0-2 on Seltzer.
There's so many different guys you can pick out from all 4 teams that could fit the bill for MVP this season. You got Matt Piotrowski, you got Colby Seltzer, you got Noah Marcoux. I mean, so many different names that you can put on that board. Can also include Jared Weber, Austin Ochoa to that as well.
A lot of options to choose from. Couldn't go wrong with any of those guys. Bounces in the dirt. Well, we talked about Piotrowski last night being a consistent player, hitting over 300.
His 50th hit was his 8th home run of the season. And he was a guy that came a little bit late. He did not start the season in early May with us. And he still reaches 50 hits, the first player to do it this season.
Been impressive. Called, strike 3. Colby Seltzer caught looking. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Bonnet as he sits down the Mammoths in order, heading to the home half of the 5th. 5-4 Utica here on the USPBL Network.
Andy Appleby. I'm the owner and CEO of the USPBL. We're a 4-team league. We play at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan. Tryon has a wealth of resources that we can tap into when unique HR issues arise, even including visa and immigration issues related to our players. Tryon has helped us to get our baseball season up and running every year and has made a difficult task much easier.
That's why we rely on Tryon.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Fifth Third Bank. Yeah, it's a quirky name. But here's the thing. 5/3 equals 166.7%. So we put 166.7% into everything we do. Like automatically getting you your paycheck up to 2 days early. Giving you well-deserved extra time to avoid overdraft fees. And helping you borrow from your future self. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
The 2024 USPBL playoffs begin this Thursday, September 5th. Get your tickets on sale now. All your tickets, get them at uspbl.com/tickets. Starts on Thursday between the Beavers and the Hoppers, the 4 and the 3 seeds respectively. And then the winner of that game will play on Friday against the loser of this game. And then on Saturday, the winner of this game will play on Saturday, the 7th of the championship game. It's going to be a fun weekend to conclude another year of USPBL baseball, the 9th season of this league. And it's been fun, throughout the course of the year, and looking forward for the finish. As we got a little bit of a delay here to start.
Head coach Taylor Jellikowski heading out to the mound before the inning even starts. Swilly looking at that index finger, maybe the middle finger. Not sure if that's the issue. There's a conversation being had, but back to the playoffs. I cannot wait for Thursday, man. We saw the matchup yesterday. The top two starting pitchers in the league, Greg Lokinen and Pierce Banks. That is the probable matchup for next Thursday. And we saw a great game yesterday between the two squads. It was a close W for the Beavers. They won 4-1. And anytime you see Lokinen and Banks go at it, it's a good day. So on Thursday, we'll be able to see those two guys go, and then whoever wins that going to play one of these two teams on Friday night. And now there's medical trainer out to talk with Swilly. And Matt was dealing with a little something coming into the past week or so, talking with head coach Jellikowski, assistant Justin Karn. It was a little, I guess, neck pain or stress on Swilly that he had been dealing with. And after one inning of work, or coming in relief midway through that 4th inning, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to go here. He threw one pitch and then stepped off. I think he's done.
Look at it here.
That's a great camera angle. I love that.
Yeah.
Hasn't been done all year long. That's sweet. Appreciate our production crew, David Cross, Christian Jackson, Don Minchella, Jeremiah Hergott, the entire crew over in the booth right next to us.
It's going to be Jacob Meyer now coming into the ball game, as Swilly will head over to the dugout. And yeah, our production crew has been top-notch all season long, and it's been incredible, all the work they've done throughout the course of the season. And as Meyer will look to come in as he warms up, we'll step aside for just a brief moment, and we'll be back right here on the USPBL Network.
You know, they say, losing hope, that's the real disaster. Last year, Tropical Storm Fred sent a devastating wall of water and debris down this river. And when the waters receded, Belfor was here. Not just to rebuild, but to help restore the life of this community. Belfor, restoring more than property.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood and discover the funner you hidden within you. The you that doesn't think about adult things and stuff. Ashley, I don't want to hear anything about your car registration when we're at Dave & Buster's.
Okay.
The you want to be. Let the Dave & Buster's method illuminate you. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
Andy Appleby. I'm the owner and CEO of the USPBL. We're a 4-team league. We play at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, Michigan. Tryon has a wealth of resources that we can tap into when unique HR issues arise, even including visa and immigration issues related to our players. Tryon has helped us to get our baseball season up and running every year and has made a difficult task much easier.
That's why we rely on Tryon.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Fifth Third Bank. Yeah, it's a quirky name. But here's the thing. 5/3 equals 166.7%. So we put 166.7% into everything we do. Like automatically getting you your paycheck up to 2 days early. Giving you well-deserved extra time to avoid overdraft fees. And helping you borrow from your future self. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
Jacob Meyer will come into the ball game here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Had to come in a little bit of in an instant situation as Matt Swilly had to leave the ball game.
Yeah, Meyer's really throwing a bullpen that he would be normally doing in that right side bullpen. He's doing it on the mound here. He did not have a lot of time to warm up. Swilly was coming out for another inning, and after he threw a couple of pitches, that neck pain was getting to him, and they had to make a quick change. So Jacob Meyer has to get ready very quickly on the mound here and hoping to find some success down by a run.
And he'll face the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Unicorns, Marcus TTLE, Austin Ochoa, and Cody Hanna. His team trailing by 1 after the Unicorns put up 3 in the last inning.
Meyer's been a workhorse for this team all year long. 2-0 record, 21st appearance, all out of the bullpen. He's got 28 innings pitched, 23 hits allowed in that time, and the big number, 34 strikeouts to just 14 walks, 20 more Ks than base on balls.
TTLE will step in. 0 for 1 tonight. Looking to add on to this lead here for the Unicorns. And Albita will talk with Meyer. Looking to get our first pitch here on the bottom of the 5th. Trying to get on the same page. First pitch outside. One and 0 to TTLE. Swing and a miss. I'm there at 81.
Meyer's got to compete. Do exactly what Miguel Alba did to start the game. Go after these hitters and command the zone the best you can.
Sitting on the third base side of the rubber. Was back with the off speed again. Here with that slider at 76 to make it 1-2. Got to do your job here if you're Meyer. 1-2.
Oh. They're going to offer to see if he swung, and he did. Wow. TTLE is going to have to put the elbow and foot guard back on. Never mind, that was strike 3. I'm sorry. He's out.
Yeah, the infield umpire said he did go around. And
well done by Zach Beadle to know that TTLE had a little bit of a check swing there and to offer down to the field umpire. If you get hit with the baseball, but you still swing, you're still out, and it's still considered a strike.
Yeah, TTLE was about to drop everything, had the first, and then realized he was called out. Ochoa swings at the first pitch, foul at home plate. Ochoa 2 for 2 on the night. Couple of singles for him. Here on the bottom of the 5th inning. Unicorns up by 1. It goes in on the fastball, 1-1. Got a piece of it, 1-2.
Myers filling up the zone. Started his night out hot with a strikeout to TTLE, even though he hit him. That's how you know it's a nasty pitch. Ochoa already a couple of knocks today, which has been really good for this Unicorn team, has kept innings going and has led to a couple of runs.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased him outside. Back-to-back punch-outs for Meyer.
A little off speed from Jacob right there. Down and away to the right-handed hitter. And Ochoa chased and fished.
Now Cody Hanna now, who has struck out twice here tonight.
Quick reload on the baseballs. And Hanna a couple of strikeouts today. Lefty-lefty matchup does not favor the hitter.
Go over there with the 84-mile-per-hour slider that misses. Five runs, 7 hits for the Unicorns. 4 runs, 4 hits for the Mammoths here tonight. The regular season finale. Bounces in the dirt, 2-0.
Both teams relying on their bullpens now halfway through this game. We'll see if we play all 9 innings. We still are not sure if we will enforce the 2.5-hour rule because of how imperative this game is to the standings.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult decision that we'll see.
We'll update all the viewers as soon as we know more.
Yeah, so we're approaching 9 o'clock right now. We started a little bit later.
7:09 was our start time, so it's a loose enforcement of the rule. It's more so enforced on Fridays when the fireworks have to be lit off by a certain time. So we could play close to 3 hours. We could play 3.5. We'll see, but at the pace we're at right now, knock on some wood, we could be going late into the night, Alex.
Well, this game means so much to both sides, and wait to wrap up the regular season is be a 5-pitch walk to Hanna. First time he has reached base here tonight, and
that's good for Hanna to touch first. Couple of strikeouts swinging today. He's able to get on the base paths, and he's got a couple more at-bats to go. He's already hit for the 3rd time. This man's been the star today for Utica. Couple of doubles and 2 RBIs.
Beadle stops that from going behind him. You would love to see the Unicorns add on to this lead. Ripping that one down into left and taking a hop in. Jared Weber, 3 for 3 on the night.
He just cannot stop hitting the baseball hard to left field. That's 3 hits now on the day. He is killing it.
Kyle Schmack now. And an RBI double his last time up. And Weber having himself a night. Can't be stopped. Unicorns trying to rally with 2 outs. Foul tip for strike 1 into the glove. Meyer struck out the first 2 batters. The last 2 have gotten the board. And Beadle again making another huge stop. Hannah standing at second. Weber at first.
Camera within a camera.
Trying to capture every moment here for these fans here at Jimmy John's Field. Is know what's at stake here tonight. And
you've picked a darn good game to come to as well.
1-2 count. Unicorns up by 1. Winner goes to the championship game next weekend. Swing and a miss. Jacob Meyer strikes out the side, strands 2 runners, and does his job. We played 5 here at the ballpark. 5-4 Unicorns as we head to the 6th. This is your home for USPBL Baseball on Military Appreciation Night, presented by Belfor Property Restoration.
We're for people, the pioneers, the underdogs, the players, and the slow and steadies. We're for people, for who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, and some say our business is all about money, but that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it, because we're for people. Huntington, welcome.
The perfect match. It's what so many of us are looking for. When it comes to getting a mortgage, how can you find the one that's perfect for you? Start at mortgagematchup.com. Because the only way to get a mortgage that's easier and more affordable is to find a local home loan expert first. Go to mortgagematchup.com today.
What are the odds that we're neighbors, where you've known each other our whole lives, and both tear the exact same things in this exact same knee?
So an ACL tear is an injury to the main stabilizing structure of the knee.
You want a good team around you, because then you know that what you're doing is going to help you in the long run.
My message to everyone who's helped me, thank you so much, because you guys helped me progress so much.
Also hearing it from a friend that's went through the exact same thing, I think sort of helps that know that there's a bright side at the end.
6th inning we go. Jace Ballman's turn for the Unicorns, leading 5-4 over the Westside Woolly Mammoths. We mentioned the winner of this ball game clinches the 2024 regular season championship. And with the championship game 1 week from tonight, the #1 seed will get an automatic berth to that game, and Unicorns trying to make their case. They were the 4 seed last year. Looking to win the regular season this season. Last time won it in 22. They won it 3 in a row from 2020 to 2022. Ballman has been one of the key players out of the bullpen for the Unicorns. As we take a look at his numbers this season, coming in, making his 28th appearance, 34 2/3 innings pitched, 32 strikeouts, 17 walks, a .233 opposing batting average, and a 3.37 ERA. He'll face his former teammate, Nick Pastor, and fouls that one off.
Bauman's a heavy slider guy, going to come in with the 4-seam fastball, 2-seamer and changeup as well. Another dominant reliever for this Unicorn team. I mean, he's been great. He's been great all year long. We talked about all the arms for Utica, and Bauman is a good example of why they have a 4.10 team ERA.
It's been impressive to see.
32 strikeouts, 17 walks, as you mentioned earlier. That's a big number.
Have 6 guys with under 4 ERA.
Westside, they're the second best pitching staff in the league with a 4.23 ERA.
Bauman strikes out Pastor to start the 6th. Now Jake Walker got that bases loaded walk his last time up.
Give a lot of credit to Garrett Bonnet. He came in after Logan Lee, gave up 4 runs in the first 3 innings, and shut the door. Went 1-2-3 in the 4th, struck out another batter in the 5th, went 1-2-3 in order there as well. And Garrett did his job through 2 innings, and watch out Jake Walker, that one hurt.
Right there at 88 miles an hour.
Jake hasn't been able to really swing him many pitches today. 2 walks and now a hit by pitch, unless they count this as a foul ball. Let's take another look. Oh no, it's forearm. Sometimes they will reward the pitcher on a play like that if it gets a piece of the knob. 5 hit by pitches in today's game, Alex.
Yeah, it's not been a day for guys at the plate.
Especially Marcus Titiali. He's been hit twice. Or not Marcus, I'm sorry, Ryan Enos. He's been hit twice.
Zach Beta will step in now. 1 on and 1 out for Westside, trailing by 1.
I want to check on Walker, make sure he's just fine. Going to throw that sliding mid on, but he's your everyday second baseman. You need him for this ball game. Fleming and Dodson, your only other 2 on the bench, and now I would think Jake probably stays in the game, but if you had to make a defensive change, you move Dre Williams-Nelson to second, you put probably Dodson at third, who's a catcher, and he probably has some good hands over at third base as well and can block it up.
Beetle fouls it away.
But who knows, Drew Fleming, put him at third base. Saw him on the mound last week as well, Alex. What was he throwing, 94, 95?
Yeah, he was getting up there in the 90s. Oh, 1. It's a strike zone, 0-2.
That 4th inning for the Unicorns, the difference. Doubles from Schmack and Weber, bringing in some runs, and Dimitrol. He was the first batter to face Matt Swilly, who was cooking 97 with the fastball, and Dimitrol ripped one into left field to give his team the lead.
It's that one outside, 1-2.
Rather, Dimitrol tied it up in the steal from Andre, scored Enos. That's where we stand currently.
Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another punch out for Jace Bauman.
That's nasty. 89 miles an hour with some arm side run in towards the right-handed hitter. When Zach sees that pitch and he's ready to swing at it, that starts belt high right down the middle. And by the time it gets to him, it's up and in near the hands.
Just impressive stuff from a veteran guy at this rotation. Now Bauman will step off the mound.
Quick reset before he faces Dre. 1 for 2 days so far for Williams-Nelson. Singled softly on a wacky bounce up the middle last time.
Throw to first base. Walker in there. Slided in safely. He was picked off in the first inning.
You kind of see Walker. I was keeping an eye on him that last time he got picked off. He was keeping a lot of his weight on that right foot, leaning towards second. And that's what kind of led him to being picked.
Sunny went down the right field line, but foul. Williams-Nelson.
One swing of the bat changes this game entirely. It's been that way since the first. Westside put up a 3-run shot from Seltzer to take a lead in the first frame. 2 from the Unicorns to come back, and 3 more from Utica in the fourth.
0-1. Makes a big hack and miss. 0-2 now, with 2 outs for the Mammoths.
Love to see Jace challenge Dre here with that same fastball riding in on the hands. So he mentioned he loves the slider, throws it a ton. Also, we'll get you an update.
0-2 misses up high with the fastball.
Seems, Alex, they will enforce the 2.5-hour rule. And they added a few minutes on due to the injury to Swilly. So we're looking at about 9:45 p.m., around 9:50. So we're only going to squeeze about, I'd say, 7-8 innings unless they fly by here.
1-2, right back over to Bauman. Throws it over to Jared Weber to end the inning. Mammoths will strand a runner, can't get him in. Headed to the bottom of the 6th. Unicorns are going to add on to this lead. We'll be back here on the USPBL Network.
We're for people, the pioneers, the underdogs, the players, and the slow and steadies. We're for people, for who they are and who they could become. Yes, we're a bank, and some say our business is all about money, but that's an old idea. Because look past the money, and you'll see real human lives. We see it, because we're for people. Huntington, welcome.
The perfect match. It's what so many of us are looking for. When it comes to getting a mortgage, how can you find the one that's perfect for you? Start at mortgagematchup.com. Because the only way to get a mortgage that's easier and more affordable is to find a local home loan expert first. Go to mortgagematchup.com today.
What are the odds that we're neighbors, where you've known each other our whole lives, and both tear the exact same things in this exact same knee?
So an ACL tear is an injury to the main stabilizing structure of the knee.
You want a good team around you, because then you know that what you're doing is going to help you in the long run.
My message to everyone who's helped me, thank you so much, because you guys helped me progress so much.
Also hearing it from a friend that's went through the exact same thing, I think sort of helps that know that there's a bright side at the end.
Bo Atkins will step on the bump for the Mammoths now here in the home half of the 6th. His team trailing by 1 here in the final game of the 2024 USPBL regular season. Alex Johnson, Tom Cavanaugh with you for the call. Atkins has been a reliable arm coming out of the pen for the Mammoths all season long. Tasked to keep this a 1-run ball game. We're getting down to the crucial moments here.
Bo's making his 15th appearance out of the bullpen this season, and he's had some run support when he comes into the game. He has 4-1 on the season. That's good for second best on the team record-wise behind Nate Blaine, who was 6-1. I've loved watching Bo pitch all year long. He's got a 2.7 ERA, a very crafty, tall righty, 35 strikeouts compared to just 10 walks. He has allowed 8 earned runs in 26 2/3 innings on 20 hits. And this is a guy that's going to try to stymie this Unicorn offense over the next couple of innings. But we got cut short a little bit on the Bauman Bauman making the play on the ground out by Dre Williams-Nelson. It seems like we have a few innings left, but with the limited time that we do have, the sense of urgency has to be heightened a little bit from this from this Mammoth team. And if you're the Unicorns, add a few insurance runs, and you're looking good.
Yeah, we mentioned in the last half inning, the 2.5-hour rule being in place. So about 9:45, depending on where we stand inning-wise and where the score is. As Enos pops this one up, Beetle looking to see if he has a chance. No, he does not. As that one goes way into the stands.
It's good to see Enos swinging a few pitches. He's 0 for 0 on the day, hit by 2. Last one was a 91-mile-an-hour pitch that squared him up right in the back.
Looked like a fan made a really good catch out in the way top.
Got the hats coming off to make a play. Took a big bounce into the suites.
One and two, now makes it 2-2. Two-two pitch, swing and a miss. That one goes to the back. Beetle has to throw to complete the out, and he does.
That was sweet. I know Beetle let it behind him, but the recovery was impressive. Watch, taking a look. Watch Beetle behind the dish at the bottom of your screen here. So the ball sneaks past him, right? He barehands it off of the backstop, turns and throws. No glove tap, nothing. Just grab the ball in the bare hand, twist your body around and throw a bullet to first base. I love that play from a catcher.
And it looked like it ricocheted back off to him.
And he was ready for it, too. As soon as he snapped his head around, the ball was back at him, and he was ready to grab it and throw all in one motion.
Ethan Kreisen 0 for 2 here tonight. Takes a first pitch strike.
Ground ball double play and a strikeout swinging for Ethan today. Ethan can appreciate that play from Beetle as well. A couple of catchers in the box.
Was way outside on that one.
Now I give a little extra appreciation when catchers make a play. I don't know. There's something about it. When a catcher makes a play like that, having to recover from letting the ball past you, it's good stuff.
Oh, up and in on the fastball, 2-1. Kreisa coming in hitting .250 on the year and driving in 7. Good location on that pitch.
That was nasty. Slide piece from Atkins. That's what he's going to give you. Sweeper, as they call it. Splitter, curveball, and he loves his four-seam fastball along with that sweeper most of the time.
Popped up right into shallow right. Cedeno underneath it will make the catch. Two away for Andre Demetral.
Almost popped up high. Instead of twilight, it's black skies now, so the ball sticking out. Cedeno, easy. It's been steady Eddie from Bo Atkins since the jump. A strikeout and a high pop out to shallow right.
Got himself RBI number 14 in his last at bat. This is outside again, 2-0 to Demetral.
This last inning for Jacob Meyer. He struck out the first 2 batters and then allowed 2 base runners before striking out the final batter to complete the strike outside.
2-0 delivery. Gets the top part of the strike zone, 2-1.
No sweat, buddy. We'll rock it.
2-1 pitch. Clips the inside corner, 2-2.
Challenged him with the fastball inside at 90 miles an hour. That's where Bo sits at 90-91 with the fastball. Blistering it in there.
2s are wild. Make it a full count.
Demetral, one of the big differences in this game. RBI swing in the 4th to tie the game at 4. then applied pressure to the Mammoths, stole second, which drew a throw from Zach Beadle, allowing Enos to score from third.
Gave them the lead in the 4th inning. Demetral out into center. It's going to drop in, and he has himself a 2-hit night.
Clean swing on the 90-mile-an-hour heater. Up in the zone, right in the middle of the plate. And he sends it right back where it came from, a little bit in the left center gap.
Keeps the train going for Patrick Baggett. Baggett tonight 1 for 3. Sends it foul.
Demetral was going on that first pitch. These Unicorns, part of the reason why they're winning by 1 run in this game is that Demetral steal, but it's been everybody applying pressure on the base paths. Patrick Baggett at the plate, he's done it a little bit. Jared Weber pushing for a double on his second hit. Guys are just being aggressive on the base paths, drawing throws and making it tough on Westside.
Oh, 1. Gets him at 80 miles an hour, 0-2.
Little backdoor sweeper there from Bo. A sneaky threw over to first towards Demetral. He was back in.
Oh, 2 on Baggett. Atkins sets and fires. Goes fastball and misses off the plate. One and 2 on Patrick Baggett. With Demetral at first, he's on the move. Baggett sends one out into right. It's going to drop down. Demetral quickly going to third. The throw is going to be cut off by Williams Nelson, and sliding into second base is Patrick Baggett on the throw. So runners in second and third with 2 outs for Utica.
Cedeno cannot make that throw. Demetral was going first to third easy with the speed that Andre has. And Cedeno picked it up and thought he had a chance at the runner at third base, but you know what that did? It allowed Baggett to get down to second. So it was a base hit from Patrick, and he was awarded second on the throw across the field. Cedeno needs to hit the cutoff man there and keep Baggett at first. Instead, it's a chance for one of your better hitters to knock in a couple of runs with 2 outs. And go back to Thursday. It was a 4-3 win for Utica over Birmingham because Marcus Titiali'i had a 2-out base hit to give them their 4th run, and it was the difference in the 9th.
He's been clutch throughout the course of the season. Has driven in 9, 3 bombs on the year. Swings and misses that pitch that was nowhere near the zone.
Marcus struck out swinging last time, was hit by the pitch by Jacob Meyer.
Looking to recover here and driving a couple runs. It would be huge for Utica, and he swings and misses. So no harm for the Mammoths. Utica Unicorns, strand 2, threatened but do not score. We head to the 7th, still up by 1 over Westside here on the USPBL Network.
Being a member of the Armed Forces takes bravery, perseverance, and a commitment to protecting our freedoms.
Whether you were discharged recently or years ago, Macomb County Veterans Services is here to help you access the benefits you've earned.
We are grateful to all who have served, including the more than 40,000 veterans who make Macomb their home and know that returning home is both a time to celebrate and reflect. In Macomb County, we take pride in serving those who have served us.
For more information, visit us at macombvets.org.
What are the odds that we're neighbors, where you've known each other our whole lives, and both tear the exact same things in this exact same knee?
So an ACL tear is an injury to the main stabilizing structure of the knee.
You want a good team around you, because then you know that what you're doing is going to help you in the long run.
My message to everyone who's helped me, thank you so much, because you guys helped me progress so much.
Also hearing it from a friend that's went through the exact same thing, I think sort of helps that know that there's a bright side at the end.
We got a new pitcher for the Unicorns to start the 7th, Matt Colucci. Another veteran guy out of the pen for Coach Jim Messian and his squad. Still a one-run ball game. It's been a great game throughout. And on the final game of this regular season, winner will go to the championship game next Saturday has the 1 seed. But Matt Colucci's tasked to face the 9-1-2 hitters Cedeno, Sharkus, and Florentino. He's had some really good numbers throughout the course of the season, with the ERA under 2 is just spectacular.
1.91 on that ERA, making his 29th appearance, 27th in relief for Colucci, the defending champion from a year ago. He's got a 3-3 record and 46 strikeouts in 42 1/3 innings. He's allowed 9 earned runs in those 42 1/3 innings, the most efficient pitcher in the entire league when it comes to earned runs allowed.
So Cedeno will lead it off.
And with time ticking, it feels like we still got a few innings to play. We still might. You never know. Baseball goes quickly or long. It's all a coin flip. But the sense of urgency here for Westside, my point being, they got to put some pressure on Utica here with a couple of big swings.
1-0. Misses down low. 2 balls and no strikes to Cedeno. 0 for 1 with a stolen base here tonight.
And Colucci's your guy. If you want to continue to shut the door, it would be the 4th straight inning scoreless for the Mammoths if they do not score here.
Sending that one foul. Two balls and 1 strike on Cedeno. This is that one outside, ball 3.
Leadoff man aboard's going to help. Cedeno's going to get a good pitch here. Let's see if he can rock it.
Colucci takes his time. Fastball is low and away. Leadoff man is on for Westside.
Jose, a base stealing threat, but Ethan Kryza behind the plate has an absolute cannon. Cedeno's got to be sure he can get there, has to have a strong lead, and maybe if he sees a ball in the dirt, something pop up out of the glove of Kryza and he can take 2. But you got to kind of replicate what Utica's been doing through the first 6 innings of this game. Put the pressure on the opposing team and get aggressive on the base paths.
Sharkus was showing bunt, held it back.
You got to play small ball in this situation. If this was game 20 on the year and we're in the middle of June, probably swinging away right here. But this game means a ton. So you want to find a way to get Jose Cedeno in.
Trying to show it down again, lays it down. Colucci only has 1 play, throws over the Weber for the sac bunt.
He might have had 2 plays. That ball got on him very quickly. Baggett was crashing towards second. The thing was, nobody communicated to Matt that he had a chance at 2. Maybe they get Cedeno at second base. I thought they had a chance at him because Baggett was at the bag and Colucci fielded it pretty quickly. But tip your cap to Anthony Sharkus playing team concept baseball and getting that bunt down to move Cedeno into scoring position.
Now breaks up Francis Florentino. Florentino tipped in the glove for strike 1. Looking to come through with 7 homers on the season, 27 RBIs. 1 for 2 here tonight.
Was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. He has scored twice tonight as well.
Ball 1, 1 away.
That's where Colucci's been missing. Down and away to right-handed, or both right-handed and left-handed hitters. That's where he missed to Cedeno a few times.
Colucci goes back over to second. Cedeno able to stand up. But there's no problem. The tag by Demetral late.
There's a big hole on that right side. Andre Demetral pretty much in the back pocket of Cedeno down there at second. Baggett staying in his position, waiting for the pull.
Fastball inside to Florentino, 2-1 at 92.
So we mentioned Colucci's numbers, just 13 walks in 42 and 2/3 innings now.
Colucci sets and throws. Chopper right over to Ochoa. Cedeno will have to stay at second, and they'll get Florentino out at first.
It's a big play. Ochoa fielded it on a couple of hops, and he looked Cedeno back to the bag. It's one big hop to Austin, and he watched Cedeno have to dive back in. That's the way to do it. Don't even let Jose stay on his feet to try and look to go to third base. Well executed. Now it's got to take a clutch 2-out hit. Alex, we mentioned pregame, 2-out hitting is going to be the key today. Demetral did it back in the 4th inning. Let's see if it's Fox Liam's turn.
Just got a knack of that. 0 for 1 night for Liam with a couple of walks. Looking to tie this ball game up. Cedeno dancing at second. It's on the ground foul again as Liam.
Unfamiliar 0-2 hole. Fox is rarely in this position, but Colucci going right at him.
Good stop by Kreisen, 1-2.
Just looking at, I guess, expected innings played for this game. I think we're only going to play 8. I could be wrong, but it's down to the final 4 outs now for the Mammoths, if that's the case.
Colucci gets a sign from Kreisen. Sets and throws and misses low, 2-2. We're trying to get him at 76. Liam didn't bite.
That's why Fox is, that's why he walks all the time. You start 0-2 and you climb back into a 2-2 count, making Colucci having to throw you something good. He's got a pitch to waste, though.
2-2, called, strike 3. Got him on the outside corner, and Colucci gets the job done. Strands the runner at second base, and the Mammoths unable to cash him in. We head now to the Genesis Credit Union 7th inning stretch. It's 5-4 Unicorns with first place on the line.
Make your move with a quick and easy mortgage from Genesis Credit Union. We have mortgages to fit your life. Genesis Credit Union. Visit us today.
Bottom of the 7th here at Jimmy John's Field. Fans, the playoffs begin next week. Our quarterfinal game between the Beavers and Hoppers right here on the USPBL Network this Thursday at 6:30. It'll be a great one. We had a great game last night between these same two teams, between Greg Loken and Pierce Banks. I'm expecting that here again on Thursday to start off the playoffs.
Even if it isn't those two, considering they threw yesterday, there's still very talented arms on both of those sides. So either way, we're going to get a great game. 6:30 start. Got to start a little bit earlier so we can fit all 9 innings into the ball game. I can't wait, because the winner of that's going to play one of these two teams, and if score holds, it's going to be Westside having a date with the winner of Birmingham and Eastside.
Well, it's far from over just yet. But this is going to be a huge inning for the Unicorns if they can able to get a couple more runs across. They got the Hardy order coming up. Ochoa, Hanna, and Weber. Prime opportunity to do so. Atkins is back on the bump. Falling behind 2-0. Looked like a really good fastball that hit the top of the strike zone at 89. Got to go quickly if you're Westside. Looked like that was going to sweep into the strike zone, but it just missed by a hair. 3-0 now on the cleanup hitter, Ochoa.
Couple insurance runs for the Unicorns late in this ball game. Could prove crucial. Westside's not done yet offensively.
And it's going to be a 4-pitch walk. Leadoff man aboard. Hanna tonight 0 for 2. Walked this last time up. Last time the Unicorns were in first place was their walk-off win on opening day against this Mammoth squad, as that one goes to the back off of Beetle.
Wild pitch that bounced off of the catcher's gear, the leg protectors, the shin guards, per se, for Zach Beetle. It hit a hard spot, and that's why it bounced off so far.
Beginning of the year, the Hoppers were on a hot streak, and then the Mammoths were able to take control of first place, and the Unicorns had to play catch up.
Yeah, for all three of those teams, they've found a little bit of success in that first spot, that first place in the standings at some point during the year.
Hanna going the opposite way, but hits it right over to Anthony Sharkus for out number 1.
Great play from Sharkus. Wow. We talked about how shifty and talented he is out there in left field. That ball was crushed. It was fading away, and he had to make an over-the-shoulder cross-body catch for a big out. It could have been 6-4 quickly.
Jared Weber now, he's been the man at the plate here for the Unicorns. 3 for 3 night. Hits the inside part of the plate for a strike.
He's been the difference. His team was down 3-0 to start the ball game right off the bat. And he came through clutch with 2 outs and a 2-run double to put them right back in the game. And what do you know, a 3-run fourth gives them the lead.
It's on the ground. Over to Dre Williams-Nelson. The high throw to Fox Liam, able to get him in time. As Ochoa will hold at second.
His play from Dre. Same thing Ochoa did last inning. He had to look back the runner at second. He stared at him for a few steps. Then he made a clean throw over to Liam, who had to acrobatically reach up and make a grab.
Now it's up to Kyle Schmack. Need a 2-out hit. Get at least a run across. Takes a big swing and a miss on the first pitch. Atkins looks at second. Fouled away.
Schmack had that key double. One of the key doubles in this 4th inning. Came right after Weber hit his second, drove in a run.
No balls and 2 strikes on Schmack. Ochoa at second base. Unicorns up by 1. Need some insurance.
They've come up clutch in big moments. Trying to do it again right here.
The 0-2 way outside. Atkins taking his time. Sets and throws. Missed upstairs.
Nice take from Schmack not to chase. It's a big spot. Only up by 1 run, trying to add another and get yourself a little bit of a cushion. Instead of chasing the high cheese, he waits for another.
2-2 pitch coming. Skied up in the air. Into right center. Cedeno underneath it. He'll make the catch. So the Unicorns trying a runner. Still up 1 heading to the 8th. We're back here on the USPBL Network.
I'm Anthony Tomey, CEO of Tomey Group, and we're one of the largest Jimmy John franchisees in the country. With 50 Jimmy Johns and over 700 employees, it's a challenge to manage operations. What could possibly go wrong with owning 50 Jimmy Johns? People don't show up, equipment fail, run out of bread, no tomatoes, we need onions. Many different things can happen. Tryon allows us to really focus on the food and the operations of the restaurant.
And that's why we rely on Tryon.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Everyone has something that motivates them to do better. And for me, that's my daughter Shelby. I named Shelby Construction Services after her as a reminder to always run the company in a way that would make her proud. Our goal isn't just to get the job done, but to get it done right. And that means making sure every customer has a 5-star experience. I think how a company treats you is just as important as the finished product. My daughter wouldn't have it any other way.
Call 833-6-SHELBY. That's 833-6-SHELBY.
Another reliever for this Unicorn team. It was Bonnet for 2, Bauman, Colucci each had an inning, and now Hollywood steps in. The crafty lefty Danny Denz makes his 20th appearance, 19th in relief. He's got a 4.5 ERA and a 1-2 record, but the big numbers you should look at are 42 strikeouts compared to 14 walks in those 24 innings. He's averaging 2 strikeouts an inning with 42 and 24 frames, and he's only allowed 12 earned runs in that time. Danny going to continue to try to shut the door, and we're going to play all 9 innings. We did not reach the limit by the 8th, so we're going to play the 8th and the 9th, so a full 6 outs left for Westside.
Yeah, that is going to be really huge for Westside to have an additional 3 outs here in this ball game and giving themselves a chance now, as we just missed over getting at the 2.5-hour mark. So got some life here for Westside now. But Danny Denz is looking to shut them down.
It hit just now, but because the inning had started or players were on the field and we did not announce it, we're going to play all 9, baby. And Danny Denz, he's got pro experience, undrafted free agent by the Padres a few years ago. He played high A and low A baseball in that Padres organization for the Lake Elsinore Storm, as well as the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. Played 4 years at Memphis. He was a Tiger from 17 to 2021.
Colby Seltzer will start things off. Then will be followed by Nick Pastor and Jake Walker. First pitch up and high was 1-0. 1-0 pitch. It's a strike zone, 1-1.
Den's got a bunch of different pitches he's going to throw at these Mammoth hitters. Loves the cutter, loves the slider, also the 4-seam fastball, and he mixes in a changeup and sinker.
Now the 1-1. It's tied, 2-1.
Not by much. Right off the plate outside. To right-handed hitters, Denz loves throwing that slider, sweeping it in on the back door, outside corner. He'll attack you with the fastball on the inside and outside part of the plate as well.
Now the 2-1 pitch. It's the top of the strike zone at 85.
Difference in this ball game has been the clutch hits. It was Seltzer back in the first that got the scoring started with a 3-run bomb. Other than that, a bases-loaded walk to Jake Walker has the 4th run for Westside. It's been a ton of clutch hits on the Unicorn side today.
Dens gets Seltzer to go down swinging. Exactly what he needed to start.
It's been a 1-run ball game since the 4th. And this Unicorn bullpen has executed to perfection so far. Bonnet comes in for 2. He nails it. Bauman's inning, flush. Colucci, once again, continues to hold and lower that 1.91 ERA. And now it's Danny Den's turn. Every single time Unicorns throw a new man on the mound, it's an effective arm.
That one above the head of Nick Pastor, who's 1 for 3 in the ball game. Mammoths still trailing by a run. 1-0 from Dens. He went around 1-1.
That's how crafty Danny is. That ball was not close to the zone and still got a half swing from Pastor. And as a lefty, I know that pitch was off speed, but when you're gassing up 91, 92, especially lefty on lefty as a hitter, that looks a little bit faster. Dens is going to shake off, ask for a new baseball. I guarantee you there was a seam rip or a little bit of a scuff on the ball after he chucked that one in the dirt.
Pastor in the box. Dens gets sets and throws on the third base side of the rubber. And Dens saying he did go around, but infield umpire disagrees.
Yeah, it didn't look like from our angle. We have not the best angle at calling a check swing or not, but his hands definitely did not go around on that.
I was hearing Dens say he did.
Well, Danny wants it to be a swinging check swing every time.
2-1.
He's going to beg for the call, even if Pastor doesn't swing at it.
He's falling behind 3-1 to Pastor. That one hits the knees. Pastor is about to walk to first.
Home plate umpire pulls him right back in. Let's see if Dens comes with the fastball or that slider on the outside corner.
The payoff pitch.
Wow.
Strike 3 called. Pastor not happy.
That was there. Pastor thinks it was a little bit low on our TrackMan. It shows the bottom of the rung. And that was a filthy, filthy pitch from Danny Dens. You got 3-2 in jeopardy of walking the tying run, and it looks like Pastor might have been tossed. There was an uproar from the crowd. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, that is huge. I want to take a look at it again. And now Taylor Jelkowski is talking with the home plate umpire. He has to be careful. Now he's gone. So Nick Pastor and Taylor Jelkowski have both been tossed from the ball game.
And that's what Jelkowski's upset about. Pastor's going to voice his frustration with the call, but throwing out Pastor in a big spot late in the game, your captain, your center fielder, that's why Taylor's upset. And he should be because of your guy getting tossed out. And you definitely defend your players.
Yeah, let's take a look at this. It was at the bottom of the zone. It hit the knees. Pastor didn't like the call. He thought it was a little low.
Yeah, our home plate umpire gave him the hook. So, I mean, that's why you got to defend your players, flat out. Now, I'm not saying that he should have gotten thrown out or the anger should spill over, but at all times you defend your players, especially when one gets ejected. So we're going to take a pause here as obviously our home plate umpire's got to write up some scorecards, do some substitutions. Assistant coach Justin Karn is going to take the third base side. And Jake Walker is going to come have a conversation with Karn before we come out for the next out. But breaking down that Danny Dens strike 3, that was a 3-2 slider that was front door, right on the hip, swings back in, and look at who's coming to the dish. back to that shot of Carr, and it was Drew Fleming. Never mind, he's gone. Drew Fleming has grabbed a bat and stepped on deck.
Coming in the spot of Beadle, so it's going to be interesting.
Late theatrics in a game that decides first and second place in the league and the pennant. You know he's loving it.
Walker has to get on base first. If Fleming comes into bat for Beadle, that would mean Hank Dotson would be behind the dish. And then the outfield will be interesting with Pastor gone. And
yeah, you might move Dre Williams-Nelson out there, which puts either Dotson or Fleming at third.
Yeah,
or you could put Fleming in the outfield as well. He's played a lot of left and right field. But Den's trying to shut the door here in the 8th. He's been stellar. A couple of strikeouts, one swing and one look into the 4 and 5 hitters in this Mammoth lineup.
Way low in the dirt, but Walker went after it.
When you need a big inning, up by 1 run, late, you call on Danny Dens, and boy is he delivering so far.
1-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss, and Danny Dens has struck out the side.
He's jacked up, baby. What an inning.
Does his job against the middle part of this Mammoths lineup. Incredible work from the lefty. Bottom of the 8th we go. Unicorns looking to add some insurance runs. Up 1 here on the USPBL network.
I'm Anthony Tomey, CEO of Tomey Group, and we're one of the largest Jimmy John franchisees in the country. With 50 Jimmy Johns and over 700 employees, it's a challenge to manage operations. What could possibly go wrong with owning 50 Jimmy Johns? People don't show up, equipment fail, run out of bread, no tomatoes, we need onions. Many different things can happen. Tryon allows us to really focus on the food and the operations of the restaurant.
And that's why we rely on Tryon.
You can always rely on Tryon.
Everyone has something that motivates them to do better. And for me, that's my daughter Shelby. I named Shelby Construction Services after her as a reminder to always run the company in a way that would make her proud. Our goal isn't just to get the job done, but to get it done right. And that means making sure every customer has a 5-star experience. I think how a company treats you is just as important as the finished product. My daughter wouldn't have it any other way.
Call 833-6-SHELBY. That's 833-6-SHELBY.
Called, third strike. Pastor didn't like the call. Expressed his opinions. And our home plate umpire gave him the hook along with head coach Taylor Jellikowski. And Aaron Evers is your new pitcher on the mound for the Mammoths, trying to keep it just to a 1-run game.
Yeah, and that is huge for the Mammoths to lose your outfielder, Nick Pastor, and Taylor Jellikowski, the head coach. And he was just not happy with that call, but
Get a tight shot on right fielder.
Just unfortunate there. And it's really huge point in the ball game. As now it's going to force some defensive substitutions.
Drew Fleming has now entered the game in right field. Moving to center is Cedeno, and Sharkis stays in left. Fleming will lead off to start the 9th inning. Let's take a moment to talk about Aaron Evers, another crafty pitcher reliever for this team. A 1-4 record, making his 20th relief appearance. He's got a 5.4 ERA through 21 2/3 innings. 24 strikeouts, 9 walks, with 13 earned runs in those 21 2/3. A lot of strikes, not a ton of balls and walks here for Evers, trying to have a quick inning and get his team back into the dugout to win a ball game.
Ryan Enos will start things off. Then will be followed by Ethan Kreisen and Andre Demetral. Unicorns looking to secure their spot to the championship game once again. It's outside 2-0. They have been to the championship every year except 2017 and 2018. And they have just been really well at getting to that point.
Consistent. It's a team that just always finds a way to win baseball games late in the year and win big ones. They're doing it right here, flexing their muscles.
They've won 5 championships. The Beavers have won the other 3. The Mammoths and Hoppers are still looking for their first title.
If history repeats itself from last year, you could see the Beavers hoisting one up. And wouldn't that be a story? 11 games under 500 to finish out the season.
Yeah, just a good turnaround as Enos sends on the ground. Over to Colby Seltzer. Has to throw it over to Liam, and they just got him.
That was a rocket from Colby Seltzer right there. He caught it on a couple of bounces, a little bit deep at shortstop. Enos runs pretty well, so you see Seltzer kind of have to hurry up real fast, and he throws a bullet to first. Little stretch from Liam gets him. That sense of urgency over there by the Mammoth shortstop to fire it over quickly.
Did his job. And it would be a really good story for the Beavers, going back to our point. After starting the season 3-16, turn things around at the All-Star break and the Senior Showcase. And it would be a great story if back-to-back 4 seeds win it all.
Mm-hmm. And they got the guys to do it, offensively, defensively, and on the bump.
A lot's going to happen in these next few days.
Evers just filling up the zone right now. That's how he's been all year long.
That 94-mile-per-hour fastball.
You blink and you miss it, just like Swilly from earlier today.
He goes 81 and misses low and outside.
We'll see if Danny Denz comes back out for the 9th, or is it Ben Kreisen? Kreisen threw on Thursday. He gave up 2 runs in the 9th, but still got the save. Leading by 3 were the Unicorns.
Evers catches Kreisen looking off speed at 80 miles an hour.
Looks like Kreisen getting warm down there doing some jogging. But how do you go away from Danny Denz? He just carved up the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Mammoths. It's something you don't see very often. Before those at-bats, there were just 2 strikeouts through those 4, 5, 6 hitters. And Denz made it look easy.
Yeah, if he's rolling, I would keep him in. And
maybe if he walks a man or gives up a leadoff hit, then you turn it over to Kreisen. But on Thursday, first pitch Ben threw, and Ben's a great pitcher. He has 5 saves on the year. He's the closer for this team. But he gave up a solo shot on the first pitch he saw, or first pitch he threw, rather.
And that was to Joe Burke, who, I know it was a 3-run game at that time, but.
And that's why he still escaped with the save, was he did give up 2, but he got out with it being up by 3, thanks to Marcus Titialii.
Well, just going to be decision time for Coach Jim Essian and what he wants to do.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do in the top half of the 9th inning. And it's going to be on the bottom half of this lineup for Westside. You got Beadle, Williams, Nelson, and Cedeno. I think Fleming was grabbing a bat, so he might hit in place of Beadle. We will see.
Skying down into left, chasing that underneath that, making the catch, Anthony Sharkus. Evers and the Mammoths do their job, retiring the Unicorns in order. It's their last call, headed to the 9th inning. We're getting down to the end of this game here, folks. We'll see who comes out here with the pennant right here on the USPBL Network.
The Dave & Buster's method is designed to help you unlearn adulthood and discover the funner you hidden within you. The you that doesn't think about adult things and stuff. Ashley, I don't want to hear anything about your car registration when we're at Dave & Buster's.
Okay.
The you want to be. Let the Dave & Buster's method illuminate you. Begin the method today with 5 free games. You know you want to.
Fifth Third Extra Time helps you do you better. So kick back and relax. You have extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Fifth Third Extra Time. This is banking a Fifth Third better.
We're the financial champion of Michiganders. Whether you're a goal getter or dream chaser, an empty nester or up-and-comer, anyone in Michigan can bank with us. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union.
Last call for the Mammoths, trailing by 1 run here in the top of the 9th. Trying to win back-to-back regular season championships, but the Unicorns and Danny Dens have other ideas. 3 outs away from getting an automatic berth to next Saturday night's game. It'll be the bottom of the order for the Mammoths, and Dens was just on point, striking out the side, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. A difficult feat, but Dens made it look easy.
Looks like he's going to face Hank Dodson, pinch hitter for Zach Beadle to start off our 9th inning.
So Beadle ends the night 0 for 3. So Dodson coming in hitting .289. 1 home run and 8 RBIs for him. Had a home run last week against the Hoppers. They'll face the lefty Dens.
Danny was juiced up coming off the mound that last inning after striking out the side. He's still feeling that, trying to ride that adrenaline through this 9th inning as well.
1-0 pitch. Inside for ball 2.
Now Kreisen's ready to go. He's actually getting loose down there in the pen. If called upon, he will be ready. Save leader for the Unicorns with 5.
2-0 pitch, swing and a miss by Dotson. It's been a great game so far. Our final game of the regular season. These two teams started out on opening day, ended in walk-off fashion for the Unicorns in sudden death. It's 2-2 now. On the pinch hitter, Dotson. Here's the pitch. Missed upstairs. Could have been a strike as it clipped the top outside corner.
Danny's going to battle. It'd be huge if you could get the first man, but also for the Mammoths, if you get him aboard, that changes things.
And he's just got a foul tip, he said.
Nearly caught by Kreisen, could have been out number 1. Instead, Dodson will live on for another swing. Dens on 3-2 to Jake Walker. Sorry, to Nick Pastor for his second strikeout in the 8th inning. He went with a front door slider for strike 3 looking. Let's see if he goes back door to the righty here with that pitch or the fastball.
Swing and a miss. That is 4 punch outs for Danny Dens.
I mean, he's unbeatable right now. You cannot catch up to the Danny Dens heater at 93 miles an hour from the left side. This ball is pumped on the upper inside corner. Dodson could not get the barrel there. Struck out all 4 batters that he has faced. Now Dre Williams-Nelson trying to put a runner on base. Let's see.
Swing and a miss. Try to go big on that first pitch. Dens gets sets and throws the 0-1. Got a foul piece.
He's challenging these hitters late. He's saying, I'm going to throw you what I got, and you better hit it. And these Mammoths just have not come up with anything since the 3rd inning. And really, if you look at it, they haven't hit anything since that first. 4 total hits for the Mammoths, 3 of those coming in the first 3 innings where they scored. 1 since the 3rd.
The 0-2 pitch, and another strikeout for Danny Dens.
Oh my goodness. I've seen Danny at his best. But this is the best we have seen Danny Dens in the biggest moment. Another swinging strikeout. That's the 4th. He's got 5 total. One was looking to pass Storr. Cedeno the last chance.
Comes down to this. Dens, first pitch. Called strike with a nasty off speed.
I'm sorry to laugh, man, but that's just, that's a crazy pitch. He puts that on the inside shoulder just like he did past Storr and swings it back in.
Now the 0-1. Just missed. Was trying to go back to that same pitch in a different location.
So you mentioned Den's an undrafted free agent back in 2020 with the Padres. He's exemplifying right now why he deserves another chance to be signed by an MILB organization.
1-1 pitch. Low, 2-1.
We've seen Cedeno have some big swings over the last couple of weeks. One crack of the bat. This changes the game.
Now the 2-1. Check swing, got him to sword and went around.
If Danny Dens gets this strikeout here, he is going to erupt. And so are the Unicorn fans.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Dens gets set. The 2-2. Got him! Strike 3! And the Utica Unicorns are the 2024 USPBL regular season champions.
Never seen anything like it. Danny Dens shuts the door in the 8th and 9th inning with 6 straight strikeouts. What a deal from the kid. Hollywood, the lefty, comes through and gives the Mammoths no shot late in the game, and the pennant goes to the Unicorns yet again. My goodness, what a game, Alex. We saw runs early, and we saw great pitching late, especially from these Unicorn relievers, picking up Logan Lee, who gave up 3.
What a phenomenal game for the Unicorns, shutting the door on the Mammoths. And they were only a team, this team was only in first place for 1 day, and that was back on opening day, and they will end the regular season with the pennant.
Storybook ending.
And they are going back to the championship game, this time as the 1 seed, so it's going to be a little bit of a different feel than where they have been. And this Utica Unicorns team, man, Coach Jim Messier and Coach Pat Adams has helped this team a lot. From day 1 to now, the offense has clicked after a little bit of a slow start, but the pitching and the defense has guided them to this point. And you got to be really proud of this team and this group. And they're going to look to have another chance here on next Saturday night at 6:30 against one of the other 3 remaining teams. Just incredible work for the Unicorns as they're celebrated right now on the third base side of your screen.
They're getting a team photo for the pennant. This team deserves every bit of it. They clawed and grinded, and they won a ton of close ball games by playing small baseball, and that's what they did today. I mean, they had a couple of big swings. Jared Weber, the 2-run double. Schmack had an RBI double. Demetral, he had a clutch swing, but the game-winning run was Demetral stealing second. Enos was on third. He came in to score on the throwdown. And how about this relief staff for Utica? Give credit. Logan Lee gave up 4 runs on 3 hits in the first 3 innings. Backs against the wall for Utica early. And Bonnet, Bauman, Colucci, and Danny Dens all come through with scoreless innings on just 1 hit for the Mammoths from the 4th to the 9th. And that's your ball game right there. It's been the story all year for Utica. Their relief pitching staff has been stellar, and they do it once again. And they are the pennant winners, and they'll be in first place on Saturday, Alex.
And it's going to be scary to see what that bullpen getting a week off to get ready for the playoffs. We'll be back up here on Thursday, our quarterfinal game between the Beavers and the Hoppers. Our first game starting at 6:30 p.m. right here on the USPBL Network. The Mammoths will play the winner of that game on Friday, and then the Unicorns will play on Saturday against Friday night's winner. So that's going to do it for us here at Jimmy John's Field on the final day of the regular season. The Utica Unicorns win 5-4 over the Westside Woolly Mammoths to take home the 2024 USPBL pennant. On behalf of everyone here on the USPBL Network, on behalf of our executive producer, David Forrest, our director, Christian Jackson, our camera operator, Enver Chaplin, man behind the graphics, Dominic Manchella, and my partner, Tom Cavanaugh, I'm Alex Johnson. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast, and we'll see you back here on Thursday as we start the 2024 USPBL playoffs between the Birmingham Bloomfield Beavers and the Eastside Diamond Hoppers at 6:30 p.m. right here on the USPBL Network. Have a great Labor Day weekend, everyone. Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here on Thursday.
If I hit a home run, then you know what's going out of the park. Yeah, bases loaded, we ain't letting up. Scoring back to back, you can count it up. United we stand together, divided we fall. Ain't no turning back, we done came too far to turn around and have a seat now. We don't compare, cause we unicorn. Illuminate the dark with my uniform. Every time you see me stand up and salute me. It ain't no competition, not even from you. If I hit a home run, then you know what's going out of the park. Yeah, bases loaded, we ain't letting up. Scoring back to back, you can count it up. United we stand together, divided we fall. Ain't no turning back, we done came too far to turn around and have a seat now. We don't compare, cause we unicorns. Illuminate the dark with my uniform. Every time you see me